We can go Enhancer. How good is Enhancer? I wouldn't pick that hero, no matter the tribes, no matter the situation. The hero, oh, by the way, for the chat, the hero, the values of the armor are not. I don't think that's super actual, but that I put them from the side. I pulled them from the side, so I don't think there's everything is correct. But it should be very close to correct. They just simply change the armor so often that it's really hard to figure out that. I think Brann, for example, doesn't have 16 armor anymore. He used to have, I think he has currently 12 from what I can remember, at least at high MMR.
Or 13. Yeah.
Or 13, yeah. Definitely doesn't have 16. He used to have 16, like 18, I think, at some point.
I think
as well.
I just saw him in my last game and he had 16.
Nah, I don't think he has 16.
I'll check the VOD.
I don't think he had 16. I think he had 12 or 13.
So, like, trash tier, right? We can all agree is you should only ever pick one of those heroes if the other heroes available are also in this category.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, Enhanso isn't great, but I wouldn't put it in trash tier because it's not Guff. Like, if you offer me Guff, Rakanishu, the stupid mech buffer thing, and like some, one of those other random trash ones that you have, anything where you're paying gold for stats. Jailer is another one, right?
So Jailer is really bad. Okay, so we can, the small thing for the chat as well, we're gonna assume perfect tribes, but we're gonna still give some heroes penalty if that hero requires certain tribes always, right? For example, Gallywix with perfect lobby is a god tier, right? If there is no beast, no mechs, no undead, all the good battle cries, he's gonna be in prime position to destroy everyone. But we have to give him small penalty that he requires at least, let's say, Pirates Elementals every time you have to pick the hero to really get going. So you're gonna give that small penalty, and we're gonna use that as a tiebreaker. So you have to split some heroes, which is better or not. If this hero works in more of type of lobbies, it's gonna be over the hero who only works with like perfect combination. Let's say Millhouse, right? You cannot really play Millhouse if there's no elementals. You need at least elementals and preferably pirates. There's very few lobbies actually that you can actually play Millhouse to their full potential. Also, he has only 5 armor, so there's a lot of you can use as a tiebreaker when you put the Millhouse. So I think Brann gonna be very interesting. Where do you rank Brann? Guys, maybe Tume can start because he's not speaking that much.
Lately my tank is really poorly. I had to stay too low too long time, and then I never get stuff going on. But I think it's still A tier hero.
I don't know. I feel like Perfect Tribe Brann can still probably fit into A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as high on this hero as I used to be. Because people play heavily for tempo. Like, people play heavily for tempo. Often you tend to struggle. I rather not pick this hero with Beast in currently. Like, Nagas also can be very nasty for this hero. Just take so much damage in the early game because you don't really want to buy spellcrafts yourself or like Beast synergy. So I often struggle with him in the early game. You spike on 10 Tavern 4, like 10-7, but often you pay a lot of HP. But I think it's still a really good hero. I think it's not the high A tier. It's probably bottom A tier for me personally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Vandar.
I think I would agree with that.
Okay, so we're gonna rank the heroes in S, A, and B tier in order, if possible. If that's not too much of a hassle. Okay, so where do you put Vandar?
I don't even know what
Vandar.
Vandar is the Avenge guy with HP.
Okay.
I'd probably put him with Enhanso.
But
so the big downside of this hero is only 10 armor. Right? Only 10 armor. That's actually huge for me. I really don't like this hero because of 10 armor.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either, right? That's why it's in the second to bottom category. And I think if we assume the trash category is only the ones that are truly unplayable.
C category is playable. For me, Vandal, I mean, I guess we can make some beast synergy, grow the turtle a bit, so and also undead as well. So the hero is playable, I would say.
Like, yeah, if you offer Jailer and Vandar, you're not going to think twice about taking Vandar.
Yeah. I think if he had more
Same as
armor,
Goff, you know.
if he had more armor, you could maybe get the right setup and power level to 1006. But he doesn't have enough armor to, even if you get the perfect early game, just cannot go to 1006.
Yeah, it's true.
You snowball.
No attack.
Like compare that to Onyxia, right? Onyxia can get the perfect setup and level to 1006, and he simply cannot do that. Okay, this is huge. Where do you rank E.T.C? I think we can agree that he's playable, but we are not happy to see him. E.T.C, where do you rank E.T.C? This is one of the hardest heroes to
I
rank.
always pick that still, but it's not really good all the time.
So
I'm still kind of
Yeah.
struggling to hear to him a little bit, but I would still put ETC in A tier.
Yeah, Tuma, you could maybe make yourself tiny bit louder if you can.
Okay. Yeah, I think it is his A tier. Because you have so many good buddies, but always picked as a low roll.
Yeah, so I played ETC quite a lot, and I was really suffering when I was going 3-on-3. I was really suffering when I was going 3-on-3, so I stopped doing that, and my result improved. Jailer Buddy is really good now because you had the Yeti, the 4-5 Butler. So this kind of replaces the null. So Jailer Buddy stabilizes you most of the times, and there's some nice synergy with Reno Buddy as well. I don't think it's quite as like he used to be, because simply 5 armor is such a big downside.
I would even put him low in A. Also high. Sorry, I thought it was half an hour ago, but it wasn't.
Oh, hello, Jikirek.
Hi.
Okay, we have Jikirek. Okay,
Hey,
so
Kirk.
so I have to add him again. I mean, okay, so you can I'm showing the screen of the tier list on the Discord. You can check it out, Jikirek. We rank only 4 heroes, so not that many. If you disagree with something, we can talk about this as well. But I think we not ranking the hero just yet. We're gonna do that at the end to put them in order, I will say. Gonna do that. My cam kind of lost focus, so have to fix that.
Real quick, Seville, I think I'm gonna, just to make it a little bit easier, I'm just gonna raid you from Twitch and then I'll stay on the call.
I
Okay,
think
sure.
so. I think so too.
Rather than
That
trying to
might be-
multi-stream it.
have some problem
Okay,
as well.
come on to my. Oh, okay, sure.
That would be nice. Actually.
Fucking threw me under the bus. Threw me under the bus with my perfect prediction skills. I didn't know the Discord gonna bug, I will say, and like works like this. So I need to get prepared better with the cam stuff. Okay, so yeah. Hello, Jikirek. Hello, Jikirek.
Hello.
You are needed. You are needed. Because Chad is already yelling at me that I'm not letting people speak. So you have to be the voice of reason. That's why I could do this. I could do this tier list with Eddie, but we will be either butting heads, like talk over each other, or be super, okay, you have it your way, so I don't want to get conflict. You are a voice of reason that is needed. I'm kind of stubborn, so, but I have a lot of respect for you. So if you speak, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Alright.
I have to add that because I know you are more knowledgeable about the game than I am. So my ego get down. Right, so that's necessary. Thank you, Tuma, for the raid. I cannot do the shout out in a bit, but you can follow. I'm gonna do that. Okay, they did raid me.
Okay, this is definitely easier now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fucking hoarding all the viewers, idiot streamer. Okay, thank you for the raid.
Milk all the ads.
It
was his secret plan all along.
There is no money in February and in January. There's literally no ad money. I'm like not even checking. Like even if I get raided by I get raided by RDU, I think I get like a lot of viewers. I get like no ad money. There's simply zero money there. Thank you for the raid. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready now?
Yeah. You can keep going.
Okay, so Daryl, trash. For me, it's trash. I don't think Daryl is playable.
Yeah, I never picked it as well.
Yeah, trash.
The fun thing is, I think he would honestly be like a B tier hero if he just had 15, 16 armor. But
yeah.
He actually has 7 armor for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you want to play E.T.C or Daryl? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I don't know, that 2 extra armor, man. Whew, that's no. Yeah, no, I don't get it.
And this is 7 armor at high MMR. It's not even low MMR. Insane.
Which is strange, because I'm pretty sure his hero power is okay-ish. It's better than a Vandar hero power. Except Vandar has just more armor. It's like 15.
Vandar has 10.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It actually has 10?
I think
But
I compare
MMR
Daryl a
has
lot
10.
to like Kel'Thas, right?
Oh.
Hero powers are somewhat similar. And yet one of them has like 18 armor and the other has 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Okay, this one is super interesting. We can agree Daryl is currently not playable, mostly because of armor, because it's not a tempo hero, like, doesn't feel the purpose. Tempo heroes should have more armor or stronger hero power. This one is super interesting, the King Togwaggle.
And it's so much harder now because it cost 11 gold, so you can't really hero power early tiers. You often have to level tier 4. If you can go 4 on 4, it's okay, but otherwise I think it's hero power live so late.
I personally only pick him in Pirates Elementals lobby. Then kind of makes sense on Tavern 4 with Peggy and Recycling Rave. It's actually really good hero power. But otherwise, I kind of don't pick him because that's 8 armor. That's huge. Yeah. And also get nerfed. You cannot go 3 on 3.
I try to just never play him because he has 8 armor, right? So it's, for me, he's like probably low B tier or something like that.
Like, he has huge upside because he can win a lobby. If you get really good Tavern 4 shop, you are set for the game, right? You are set for the game.
Like, the problem is you only really have like 1, maybe 2 hero powers that actually matter. Right? And after that, like, on a later tier, you have, like, oh, there's 2 minions in the shop. I might as well hero power to save 1 gold or something. Or maybe there's an expensive spell you want, and you can hero power to get the whole shop. But, like, you really only get a big benefit from the first one. And if you get a good shop, like, on tier 4, like the Peggy Wraith stuff, then you can get a second good hero power in, but that's it. Like, outside of that, I don't think you get value from his hero power very much.
Yeah, but on Tavern 6, the hero power is kind of free with the expensive spells added to the pool, right?
I mean, it's kind of free, but only in the sense that, you know, like if there's a Divine Shield spell, you go like gold neutral, maybe +1 gold. But that's only if you wanted to, like, spend your money buying the shield spell in the first place. Yeah. Right?
And you have to be alive to make it to tier 6 with 8 armor and like no hero power.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, this hero doesn't have enough armor. Doesn't have enough armor, I think.
Some problems hand size as well when you're gonna hold some spells and stuff and hero power.
But I think it's not a C, right? It should be a B because
it
has a higher upside. Has a higher upside, right? Than
like it does have that game-winning upside where if you get the 2 really good shops to hero power in the like early mid game, you do just get a massive advantage over people, and you can win off that. It's just very risky.
I think Eddie made a good argument. It's also one of the very few heroes who can go 4 on 4 and don't die. Because the spike, if you get good spell, it's just insane. I took 15 damage to this hero a few times on 10-5. They just went 4 on 4 and fuck you. You face me on 10-5, die.
Yeah. Those are the fun games.
Yeah, he has like 10 HP,
or they just
but
top 8,
yeah, he has 10 HP, but does 15 damage to you. Good luck. Okay, I think that's enough. What do you guys think about the leads? That's also a very interesting hero. Who wants to start?
I'd probably put it in A tier.
Okay, I wouldn't.
Like, I think it's much better than Togwaggle, so it's either like high B tier with a big gap between that and Togwaggle, or the bottom of A tier.
High B is I think it's correct because it's just you hero power 3 times and then you kind of wait. You can swap your hero power tier 5. So
yeah, I think one thing is good about this hero, the Quillbore. Currently, Quillbores are quite strong, and this hero is kind of decent at forcing that. So that's a boost to the...
But I think that's kind of the only thing she's really good at. Like, outside of lobbies where you can hero power on tier 3, it's really tough to save your hero powers all for, like, tier 5, tier 6.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can change the hero power right now, so you can be very freely. Like, hero power until 4 gold, and then never gonna change the hero power. You use this to get to Tavern 5, which has nice tools. So... I think it's actually, and also often you can also get some like some money spells and fit her hero power nicely with leveling quite aggressive. You can go the GIF curve into Tavern 4 on 10-5 and still have gold to hero power. I think she's actually quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, right now it could be A tier, low A tier, but don't have enough. I personally don't have enough sample size. I played maybe her twice. There are good games, this being said. 13 armor as well, so it's not like 5 or 7.
I would put her higher in B tier rather than A.
Okay, so we can, for now, like, I think I agree as well, high B tier, but there is some argument, like Eddie mentioned, for low A tier.
If we were doing like perfect types and you could just say we're always doing the Quilboar on tier 3 forcing, I think she would be an A tier hero, but
yeah, I did mention
that's
that
just not the case, right?
we're gonna mention there is a penalty. If you need perfect tribes, there is a penalty for the hero. I did mention that. Okay, Onyxia, another super interesting hero. Where do you rank her? Maybe Jikira can start, because...
Right. Oh, right. I made this argument that like
Yeah.
if you do perfect tribes, Onyxia has like a very specific niche where if you don't have Quilboar, so people aren't gonna get, you know, very big on low tiers, and you have beasts and undead in, you have so many early summons that you're basically guaranteed to breeze through the early game for free and just level to tier 5 still at full HP basically with the useful hero power. And that's like S tier territory good. But that's only like 10 to 20% of lobbies. And in the other ones, she's really a B tier hero. Like, you have some good tempo, but not too much. So, like, it's somewhere in between there is, like, the actual ranking where I would put her. Be that, you know, low A tier, high B tier.
Have they changed how the Welsh works? Because I have one game and I changed my hero power to Onyxia, and it never blocks my any reborns or stuff. Maybe I was just lucky, but have they changed that?
So her whelps always go after death rattles and before reborns.
Okay.
So if your third death is a death rattle minion with reborn that also summons something, the death rattle can like mostly fill the board, then the whelp can fill the spot that the reborn would go in, and then you would miss out on the reborn. But that's usually pretty easy to play around.
Yeah.
Which is a key tribe for her? Beasts are the key tribe or undead? I think beasts are better for her than undead, because undead kinda underwhelming.
It's kind of both, honestly.
Yeah, you kind of need both.
Well,
And you could even argue
because-
you like want to have mech in too for just like a trolley option.
Yeah, or you could say like if undead aren't in, you can have pirates and beasts in, as long as you can get like a corpse refiner going. She milks that so fast, you don't even need the extra tribes, but that's, you know, you need to specifically hit corpse refiner at that point.
Yeah, I think also Pashmar is insane with her. I'm up to put her in low A tier, honestly, personally, because like Trolley and Pashmar, then you can do the corpse refiner. You almost always have a really good avenge card, and as mentioned, she can level to 5 quite comfortably.
Yeah, I would agree with low A.
I think it's, for me, it's low A tier, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, actually, I had only good games, and she's always like top 4 almost every lobby. Like MMR lobbies, she's always top 4, because
Yeah. Whenever I'm in the early game and I'm facing an Onyxia, I know I'm losing the fight, right? Even if the types aren't even perfect for her, I know I'm at a massive disadvantage in the early game.
I think
And
just
she
the
like
fact,
it makes it far, yeah.
I think she's a great hero for like if you want top 4 and maybe more. So that has to be like kind of A tier territory.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The Sky Captain Craig used to be the NAS with 18 armor, but they nerfed him to 12. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think he finds the C tier category probably with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Okay, we don't rank C tier, but it's probably better than Hanzo and Vandar, but the lack of armor is kind of brutal. Okay, so we can graze over that. Vun, let's go Vun. That's another interesting one. Who is the Vun specialist? Who played him the most?
I've played 2 games of Voon. Can anyone top that?
I'm
think
sure I can. I actually play at a reasonable amount.
Okay, so go ahead, Eddie. Make your case.
I think I would probably still. I'd still probably put it in the B tier category, right? It's really good with Quilboar.
I personally only pick this.
Jazzers and Smudgers.
Yeah, I think I personally pick him only with tokens in when I have the high odds of getting token on 10-1, so I'm not like super punished on 10-3, but spells kinda change that. It's very nice if you get early triple into 4-drop, which sometimes happens. I think that's gonna boost the hero for me, right? Sometimes you will get the pair, you get the triple, and can discover kinda nicely 4-drop. Maybe pick up 1 mana spell on 10-4 as well. And 4 drops are kinda strong. Like, let's say you get Trolley, Sporbat, you can also get maybe Peggy early. Even Bazaar Dealer can be kind of useful early as well. You can cheat some gold.
Yeah, the only thing like holding it back is that you only have the 10 armor, and you're basically resigning yourself to losing turn 3 pretty hard, and probably also losing turn 6. That's what always like makes me avoid it in hero select if there's anything decent besides it, because I know I'm gonna be very low health with Voon very often. Because unless you hit like the nuts, you are gonna lose like 2 turns guaranteed on top of what you were normally gonna lose anyway, right? Because you don't have any advantage, until turn 3 as well.
Yeah, that's so like B tier, I think, but nothing else, nothing better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tuma, anything to add?
Yeah, I think it's really high roll hero, so B tier is fine. Fine.
Sure.
You
Okay,
can
this one
easily
is
miss and die.
This one is very interesting. Inch.
No, this
that's
is Innie.
Oh, that's the okay. That's not it. Sorry. I'm just dumb. That's why we have more people in this chat. Okay, Innie. How do you rate Innie? I mean, obviously 8 armor, really bad. Max are really bad, but it's still free stuff, some tempo.
I haven't played yet, but I think it's C tier.
I would put it in trash, to be honest.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in
Undet's
C tier probably. Like,
sometimes
there are certain.
okay.
For me personally, like I'm taking it over a lot of those shitty.
Okay, so C tier is playable.
Popping heroes.
So is she playable, or are you cry when you pick her? I don't think I cry, because if Beast and Undead are, if Beast and Undead are, then I think she's playable.
My problem is that if Beast and Undead are in, I don't want to be playing mechs.
True.
She's just
I mean, I don't even think
getting
it's about
1
playing Max, I
gold,
just said it
maybe,
funny.
right?
I mean, you can still make a decent event setup for stuff like Pashmar, like Iskian is pointing out nicely in chat. I think
like almost all the lobbies I recall winning with any, like a lot of them weren't mech comps.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
so you have like +1 gold a turn, maybe?
This
maybe
is kind of
2 sometimes?
Yeah, this
Probably
is kind of
none.
paradox, because she's good. Mechs are terrible in beast lobbies, but she kind of needs a beast, so that's kind of a paradox. Like, mechs would just get destroyed by beasts. Like, 1 mecha horse, and no matter how much you high roll, you're just gonna get destroyed. I don't know. I think I'm about to put it like trash tier, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like 12 armor, 14, we can talk, maybe more, but
yeah.
Okay,
she has so much potential to just get destroyed and just lose all her health early game before she even has a hero power as well.
As Eddie pointed out, at the end we can also look to that, and it's gonna look if she's gonna look super odd in the trash tier, we can bump her to low C tier, but I think that's right now we can start to make a starting point. Okay, Illidan, that's an interesting hero.
Is it, or is it just C tier?
Yeah, I think it's a C tier.
Yeah, her power is good late game, but early game.
Only because it has 14 armor, yeah.
Yeah, like it's okay enough that with 14 armor, I'm not crying in the early game, right? Like the +2/+1s are okay enough, and then it's nice in the late game, but it's never fantastic. It's just like
Okay,
yeah, but if that thing has, if it has 7 armor, it's hanging out there right by Daryl.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of true. Okay, Illidan or Patchwerk? Illidan or Patchwerk? Which one is better?
Patchwerk is like an A tier hero, though, in my opinion.
Okay, so
Patchwerk for me.
Let's wait for Patchwerk. Okay.
Yeah.
AFK. Where you rank her? 18 armor. That's a lot. I think that's actual, because some armor for the chat. Some armor might actually be a bit different than in the graphics. Because
13 armor, if you think about it.
Yeah, basically 13 armor, right?
Yeah.
It's 13 armor, but you get to skip like turn 1 and turn 2, right? Like other heroes also lose those turns and have less than 18 armor. So it's a little bit better than that.
I didn't play a single game of AFK. I see some people picking AFK in Quillball's lobby because you can get the stuff. So it's like something that boosts her definitely when there is some kind of broken 3-drops. We don't have many good 3-drops. Like there's very few, and they it's kind of awkward. On the plus side, there is spells, so you can pick up the spells when you level on 10-3. even if you don't get a token, but she's kind of terrible.
I only
honestly.
pick her in Murloc lobbies because Diremok Forager is such a good upside.
And,
The 3/4 Murloc that summons a thing from hand and gives it
Yeah.
2/2.
and now Quilbors as well, right? Quilbors are really
Yeah,
good.
Quilbor as well.
Yeah.
But honestly, not even that much. Like Piper is good, and the others I don't really want on turn 3, right?
Yeah, I didn't play a single game, so I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. Tuma, where do you put her? C tier? Trash?
C tier. I have played at least 2 games and got some money mech, or what is the name? name. It's fine, but it's don't fit your curve at well. So I think C tier is fine. Maybe higher C tier.
Okay, do you pick? Let's say, let's use Illidan as a mediocrity check. AFK or Illidan? Which one do you pick?
It depends on tribes. Murlocs are quills are in then AFK, but otherwise.
Okay, so it's a C tier then, right? It's a C tier then. We're not gonna rank the C tier. It's just too much of a hassle because there will be plenty of C tier heroes. Eddie, do you agree?
Yeah. The only other thing I would add is that there's probably a lot of situations where I'm taking AFK over Togwaggle, which we have in B tier, but.
Okay, so we can put her at the start of the C tier and maybe argue for low B tier, but I think it's just because
I would currently pick her over all of these C tier heroes pretty convincingly.
Okay, yeah,
So,
I think
it might be B tier, yeah.
Hero.
Okay, so we can at the end we can look at the and do the check and we can boost her similar to the Ini or Inch, how I call her. Tamsin! That's an interesting one. Is it? I didn't play a single game of Tamsin this patch. She was performing decently, especially if you get Merkules. This is a very good synergy with Merkules. When you can buff it, you can actually milk a lot. I get wrecked by like Merkules per on Tamsin a lot.
Yeah,
but 10 armor only is a huge downside.
It's good hero to get top 5, top 3, top 4, but it's hard to get higher than that most of the time. I haven't played it. But,
yeah, Tamsin's unplayable for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't played early Russia get wrecked, but then it's just trash, I think.
Yeah, I haven't found a single like game for Tamsin where her hero power is actually useful later in the game. It used to be that like, Nomi elementals were okay enough, right? Or like light spawn elementals, whatever, that you could go for it and like double their stats, that kind of thing. But those kinds of boards just don't exist right now. So her late game, she wants to change her hero power because you would always want to destroy your tech cards if you hero powered. And early game, it's not good enough. And then it's 10 armor. It's just trash.
Yeah, okay. Brukan. Let's go Brukan. So I think he is actually very similar to Onyxia. You want to have nice Avenge cards, like Pashmar Trolley. You want those type of cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's playable because in the late game you can still proc Divine Shields. You can double the attack, which is not that terrible. Like you can do some stuff. And I don't know how much armor he has. I don't think he has 15 anymore.
He doesn't.
I think he has less.
He has like 12 or 13 around there.
Yeah,
I think 13, but don't quote me on that.
I will put him in play. He's definitely playable. Can we agree on that, or is he trash?
Yeah, playable for sure. But
I would say like definitely worse than Onyxia, so probably B tier.
B tier. It's better than C tier heroes.
Honestly, for me, it's a C tier. Eddie?
Interesting.
Eddie?
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. I try to never play Brukan.
Yeah, I'm very similar. I'd rather not play him. I will pick him, but I will never be happy. In B tier, I'm probably sometimes happy if the tribes are right. If you look at it.
Yeah, I'm definitely salty if I'm starting a game with Brukan, and if you look at it that way.
We can put him bottom B tier. That's probably we can put him.
I find it weird. I'm never happy to play Brukan, but my results are always pretty good.
Yeah, that's why also.
I'm still not happy to pick him, but like I find it hard to put him in C tier when my results when I pick him are actually just good.
Yeah, that's why we have chat. We have 4 people because we have huge sample size of games, like hundreds of games, so we can tell pinpoint. I played Brukan very, very, very few times, but I think he. Okay, let's leave him at the low B. There's some disagreement, but I think that's also fine. Anyone wants to add something? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. This is one Nguyen, the panda hero power. Pocky will be proud.
It's really fun hero, and you can easily hide on that. I always pick panda, almost always, but I think it's 8 armor is less, but probably you don't load all your all early game hero powers, so A tier for me, I think.
Especially with spells now, I find that you can use the econ hero powers much more often. In the past, it was like you have to like get the perfect shot with the econ hero powers so that you can actually use them and get value out of them. But so much more often now with spells, you can just, get a cheap hero power to get a minion, get a spell along the way, and just be a lot stronger than you would normally be. I think it's A.
Eddie?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. But we're gonna rank the A tier, so is it high A tier? We are super happy to say it. Or is it low A tier? I played quite a lot of Panda. I played quite a lot.
Panda over all of the 8 heroes right now, so I would put it.
Right now, I would flip the A tier around completely.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Panda is.
Like I put Panda as best, Onyxia second best, and E.T.C last.
Oh, I think I will have E.T.C. I would say E.T.C over Panda, I think. It's more consistent for me, at least. You can kind of predict what you're gonna get.
I would agree with you on that one, Sebo. Like with those 4 heroes, I'm taking ETC the majority of the time.
Yeah, because like Jailer gets buffs because of Butler. So we have stable early game most of the time.
I've gotten burned on E.T.C like multiple times recently where even if I get the Jailer buddy, I still end up losing to someone who just bought them apples. And then I'm a 5 armor hero losing early game fights.
Yeah.
And the mid game hero powers on ETC just suck, honestly.
Yeah, that's
like you kind of have to press them, but they're not great, and they don't give you direction.
Okay, so he's A tier, but we're gonna rank them at the end. Maybe that's
all right. Yeah, we can just put everything in the tier they belong in, and like maybe somewhat where they belong, but we can rank them at the end.
Exactly. Silas. Okay, I'm gonna start because I'm an expert. Really good. Pirates Elementals. The hero power is insane. On 10-3, you like if you get the spell, like a good spell, one like it's actually the hero is actually kind of nuts. The only downside is 10 armor, and sometimes you get 0 tickets on 10-3 and you cry. But I don't think I put him quite in a. I think it's a high B tier for me personally because there is a high risk of the hero. There's still decent risk, but I think the hero is really good. And also, I don't have enough sample size, but I think he's gonna be really good for the Quillbore strat as well. Because he was really good for the old Landlubber strat, so there's argument to buff him to low A tier. That's where I would rank him, between high B and low A. I don't think it's quite as powerful as Onyxia, but has higher upside, obviously. The upside is insane, you can force Golden Brann and stuff, but 10 armor is kind of downside. People play heavily for tempo, and one non-ticket drop can in early game can kind of screw you over. So,
but the like mid-game upside, if you have even just one lubber to have an extra spell and shop thing that can be ticketed, that can boost your board so fast. Like I've played Silas a bunch where I've had a low roll early game. I just put a lubber on my board, and just for like a turn, I pretty much only buy like ticketed spells. I just discover like two minions of my tier while getting the spell buffs, and you just stabilize immediately.
Eddie, you wanted to add something?
I would say I actually would put Silas in S tier if you have perfect tribes for it. Like you never leave tier 3 and you almost always win the lobby. Like you just play Smudger with Lubber and Soul Rewinder, and it wins almost every time.
So we have the Quillbore strat and we have the Pirate Elemental strat. So we have 2 viable strats for the hero. So okay, so it's A tier then. Okay, Tuma?
Yeah, I think A tier is fine. This is so interesting when I haven't won game with Looper Quillbars yet this patch, so this
You have to watch Eddie more. You have to watch Eddie more. We don't have enough sample size on this Quillbar strat, but if Eddie says it's good, I also think it's good. Because we did that in the past, that's probably an argument to buff him. Because there's one more tribe which is good for him. Surprisingly, Quillbars, which is non-eco tribe. But if you can, like Pirates Elemental, you are happy, and you are happy in the Quillbar lobby as well. So that's 3 good tribes for you.
You do also need at least one of Pirates or Elementals with those Quillboard to actually have Lubber in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of overlap there in the types that you need, but yeah, there are multiple different ways to play it.
A rank can be really high. We can argue about ranking high, maybe in the current meta game, close to S tier, as Eddie pointed out. Because maybe it is, we just don't have enough sample size.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Vol'jin, trash?
Trash.
Trash.
That was a quick one. Okay, Cat is also very tricky.
I think it's so much worse now because you wanna swap a hero for most of the time anyway, and you don't wanna swap a hero with Cat, and you have to survive to that point. So Cat is the trash.
I think once they added armor and people don't die as fast. I mean, as long as people die, people who die fast, they have nothing on board, and people who have something on board of value, they're not gonna die because of armor. They can prolong their existence. So for me, Cat is unplayable. So it's a trash tier. Kind of easy.
I actually ended up playing Cat once, but it was really bad.
I went yesterday with Cat, but it was maybe weakest lobby ever on NA. So
okay, Rakanishu can join him, right?
I think Rakanishu is C.
C.
Oh, the split decision. I will never pick Rakanishu. I
will never pick Rakanishu either.
Okay.
So
For me, it's like this.
I shouldn't say that.
Maybe it's
you could give me 3 of those other heroes in the trash tier. I guess maybe there's a time I'd take it, but
like you can buy Lantern. Basically, Lantern is his hero power. You can almost probably find 1 Lantern per turn. I mean, it's not that true, but you can kind of do that. And I'd rather buy Lantern to buff my valuable stuff than play Rakanishu. Like he's kind of
and I wouldn't feel right having Rakanishu in C tier and Inni in trash tier.
Oh, interesting. I would always pick Rakanishu over Inni. I do think, for me at least, I would pick all of the C tier heroes before Rakanishu, and I'd pick Rakanishu before all the trash tier heroes right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see that that's debatable, and it also doesn't really matter that much. So you can just leave it in trash. That's fine.
Yeah, I think also there's you are a good player, Jikira, because when you pick this hero, you're gonna know exactly what you need to do. Let's say big build cliff or like big divine shields, and you're gonna know when to change the hero power. And I think for like average person who might want to see this tier list and he see Rakanishu in C tier, he's playable, and that's actually not true.
Yeah, you'll have people like hero powering 1-drops and stuff.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like we have to like there's a good player tax. Like you can make it work because it has 15 armor, and if you get 1 mana spell on 10-3, divine shield, and like hero power, you can combine that. Maybe you have decent game, but okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Enzot, what do you rank Enzot? Used to be S tier in a beast meta. Is he
still really good now?
Is he S tier? Okay, this gonna be very interesting. Enzot or Onyxia? Which one do you pick, guys?
I know Onyxia is good, but I haven't played Onyxia yet. I never pick him.
Yeah, I don't actually play Onyxia, so it's an easy one for me. Like that's why I think
perfect.
Silas versus Fish, I think, is a more interesting question for me personally, and like the way I play. But yeah, it's 100% for me. Fish over Onyxia in a beast lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sportbat, existence of Sportbat boosts this hero straight to A tier, right? And this could be the first
Sportbat and being able to just go off with the stupid turtle too, right? Like you have a Mana Saber, a Snapjaw, and a Fish, and you become like unbeatable.
Yeah, there's also like you can do Quillbars on this hero as well. You can do tiny bit of Murloc, like 1 Scorpion, and you can buff like Feathermine, and you have nice scaling for the late game. You can even do Lava Lurker and Pashmar stuff for the Nguyen. But you can do the servant serve with
Oh,
Lava
right,
Lurker.
Yeah, I think it's S just because it can work with like all the types. I had a game recently where I thought I had trash heroes because it was like no beast, no undead, but I picked N'Zoth, tripled into a 3 to get Scourfin, hit it, and just kind of leveled for free. I went Murlocs and sold the fish, but just getting early Scourfin is so strong it doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
I think the right, like needing the specific types, I feel like that's why N'Zoth gets the edge here for me.
Okay, so we have the first S tier hero. Do we all agree? Tuma?
Yeah.
Thank you. So we have Hogar. I played this hero, I think, 6 times. My average win rate is below 2. But I high rolled for sure, so S tier. This is my best performing hero on this patch. By far. But I high rolled, obviously. I think doesn't have enough armor to be even close to A tier. I think it's a B tier for me personally. Because you can pick up cheap spells. You pick up the Pirate cheap spell on turn 1 and your game is kind of set. It's definitely way better than the patches. But we'll need like 14, so 16 armor to like really make the hero. But you can high roll. I mean, really nice stuff on this also, you have to point out. When you triple into Tethys, you can buy every pirate from that point on, and you can get a lot of triples because you can hoard the pirates. So yeah, extreme synergy with Tethys. Can get decent early game. The only thing that's kind of lacking for this hero is armor. And you need tiny bit of lag in early game. If you don't see pirate on turn 1, 2, or 3, or 4, and you just go 8. So this is a high risk as well. I would put him in B tier personally, but I'm open to opinions for sure.
I'm really torn between B and C because the upside of, you know, like hitting Tethys, hitting Underhanded Dealer, and just buying every pirate is really nice. But it's so hard to reliably get there when you're, you know, like your entire win rate is tied to whether you get the pirates, you know, in the early game, right? Do you get the Rip Snarl on turn 3 or 4, basically? And if you don't get that, you just bleed out and die before you get anywhere.
You need any pirate. You don't need Rip Snarl. You need any pirate and some 1-on spells, because you can actually cheat some gold. Get some lanterns, get some arrows, like buff yourself.
Yeah, but like if you want to level to 5, right? Like if you want to level to 5 healthy, you really want to have a Rip Snarl board, right?
Obviously, I mean, the card is busted for pirate. Yeah, so high C tier, low B tier. Okay, Eddie?
That seems fine. I mean, like, if we just compare it to the other ones, like, I have a hard time seeing taking Hogger over AFK with the right tribes, so.
Okay, so C tier.
Yeah, C tier is fine. I haven't played it. Skip it many times.
I played him on stream today on the night. Easy one. Easy top 1. Okay, Edwin, is it another Rakan issue or is it C tier?
It's worse than Rakanishu for sure.
Yep, crash.
Okay, sure. He used to be the best hero in the meta, like top 3. Sad days. Rat King. Where do you fit Rat King?
I'm Rat King mine. I like to pick him a lot, even on the 9 armor, but I would actually put the A tier. Lower than any A tier heroes here, but if you're any economy tier 1, it's so I like to play Rat King.
And the ability to like buy 1-cost spells on hero power as well. I've picked a lot of Rat King recently, and it's pretty much always done like okay at least, with the option to, you know, high roll really hard, get the right hero powers in the mid game, and just, you know, level for free and just win outright.
Yeah,
it's really solid.
But I think I would be
crazy to me that it has more armor than Zarella.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. All the heroes with 2 mana and like useful 2 mana hero powers get buffed because of spells. Like turn 1, you can buy Apple and hero power. Like it's kind of nice.
And like that's even like worse on Rat King than other heroes because Rat King doesn't want to, you know, buy from the shop. But still, if you get apples with Rat King on turn 1, you're just set for the entire early game anyway, even if you ignore your hero power for the rest of it.
Yeah, the only thing that's holding him back, like I played a lot of him, it's really difficult to discover 6 drops. So you have to either hope for like really good pull of 5 drops or go for a 4 drop. Like, so he cannot really discover 6 drops. Doesn't have enough armor to grid that much. So,
True. Like if you want to go for a 6, you pretty much have to hit like 2 triples to do it.
yeah, I often try
and
to
then
do
it's
that.
good, but
I
so
often
if you
try
like
to do
need
that
elementals for it, yeah.
Yeah, that's like 9 armor still is a tiny bit
It's
of
still
issue.
sketchy. Agreed.
Yeah, because you want high
I'll be
quality
right
pairs
back.
of tokens and you're gonna suffer. Like low A tier, do we agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
There is a risk. There is a risk, right? To the hero. I mean, sometimes we can get, I mean, a lot of times you triple Baskier into Rylag and win auto win. I had at least 3 games of that. Like you nail your 4 drop and you are such a good spot.
Yeah, I've had like triple into Sporebat and then just cruise along and win for free as well.
Yeah. Very solid, very solid. Because like all the heroes, like Cyrella even get buffed. Rat King, all the, like even Yogg is now playable, I think.
Yeah.
Simply because you can pick up the spells. Okay, let's Eddie's gone, so we can pick some boring hero maybe, so he don't miss on fun. So
Well, Curator is next, so that's perfect.
I think it's playable, right? Curator has to be at least playable.
He's playable, but he's not good.
So one guy
Right.
actually wrecked me with Curator. He reborn the amalgam.
Yeah, that's the one good upside if beasts are in. You can
And-
reborn it as early as tier 3.
And he also Kangor's apprentice me. Because they died twice, right? They died twice with Titus, and he summoned 4 of them.
Yeah, I've done it where I reborn the amalgam and then I KT it to summon another, and then I reborn the other one. So I have 2 reborn amalgams on board. I did it because I needed to scam, right? Because you're not high rolling on Curator, so you need to find like routes to stay alive scam. But that does work, and it is nasty. It's
so he's
mostly just cute.
At least it's playable, right? It's not a trash.
He's playable for sure. He's not B tier, but he is playable.
Kinda need undead, I think. Right now, that's a good try for him.
Yeah.
Kinda don't like beasts as well. You kinda want big vanilla stats, so your thing can be useful in a late game. There's some
Like
synergy
the ideal type does have beast in it though, but you have like beast and then all the types that get big, so you have the easy reborn for your amalgam, while other people aren't really gonna go beasts anyway because there's so many big stat types. That's very specific.
Yeah, that's also true, because there's a beast reborn, so that's easy access, but you hate facing beast because your thing does nothing then. Anything to add, Tuma?
Yeah, CTR is fine. Nothing really. It's kind of boring hero, but sometimes.
Okay, there's a Shudderwock. We probably have to wait for Eddie for that one, because
let's wait with that one. Oh,
Eddie, you should start with Shudderwock. You probably play a lot Shudderwock. You should start.
I mean, yeah, it seems high A tier, low S tier to me.
I would put S tier actually.
I would put it in S.
Kuilisar in. It's so good. It's just stupid when you hit the demon turn 1 or early Jostler. It's just no beast lob. Yeah, no beast lob. Yes, Jostler is so OP because no one else can buff health to James that much than shooter.
Yeah, so Quillbar's amazing, Picky Eater amazing, and then Package Fire Drag. You can also hit the token and use the deco to level. Don't need upside 5 armor, but if you hit a good better cry on turn 1, you just don't care.
Especially if you hit Picky Eater, right? Because if you hit Picky Eater, you're just not losing your fights, so the 5 armor doesn't matter.
It's guaranteed top 4. If you hit Picky Eater on turn 1, it's almost guaranteed top 4, unless you mess up.
Yeah.
Which boosts the hero tremendously. So, it's a last year.
Yep.
Okay, Isara.
Isara is very fun. Hero power is get early golden front rake and then level and choose what you wanna play.
Yeah, I mean, Front Drake turn 1 is just so broken.
Yeah.
And she's really good for me. It's better than Onyxia. Despite Onyxia having high roll potential, but she's very solid. Like, I don't know the exact math, Dikirek probably knows, but if you hit double Front Drake and 1 mana spell, opener, that's like guaranteed top 4. You're just gonna be so strong.
Yeah.
It's very easy to triple the Front Drake. You discover a 4-drop, try to hit like at least Razor Gore or the I think it's a Smolderer.
Yeah, Outback Smolderer, yeah.
The quality of the dragons is just so high. Random dragons from Front Drake becomes now playable. Because you're gonna have some cheap one for pair and triples, and the 3 and 4 drops are just really good to get tempo-wise as well.
Yeah, and very often you're gonna end up with like double Sand Spewer on a full board really early as well because of Front Drake. Like you just fill your board and they gain the stats. It's super solid even if you like don't quite hit, but you still get good things even if you miss basically.
For me it's close to 8 tier.
Yeah,
Very solid hero.
But after Rat-King, but first hero B tier is fine as well.
Yeah, I think top of B tier fits it better.
Eddie, because you had the nice emote.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not in the same category as like Silas, it's fine. Like I pretty much refuse to play Ysera, but
For any particular reason, or just because it used to be terrible in the past?
no, just because I still think it's bad now. Like if we're talking about like ideal tribes, I just don't see a lot of road to victory for dragons and like Quilboar lobbies especially.
Well, if we're talking ideal tribes, then Quilboar is out, right?
I mean, you can outscale.
Yeah, I guess if you're thinking about it in the like Ysera vacuum, then yeah, that's fair.
You outscale Quilboars with like you triple into specialists, get Master of Rarities and Sanson Drake with Smuggler, you outscale Quilboars. It's not a hot take.
Yeah.
You outscale them.
Also, if you hit like Brann Caligos with Hunter of Gatherers, you outscale them too.
You or at least you can compete. Maybe like
it depends on how many Drakasats you hit, basically. But
yeah. You compete.
hit a lot of Drakasats playing Ysera.
You can compete with Quilboars, I think.
Yeah.
Sanson Drake Smuggler interaction is just so busted, and if Master is in, you can compete. So you need elementals as well. So there's a downside. For sure. Poor Dragons, Caligos is not working that well right now. That's to Eddie's point. Like Caligos, I don't think. Even with Brann and the Hunter of Gatherers, it's kind of lacking behind the Quilboars. It's just Quilboars but worse if you think about this. Because you get high HP, low attack.
Well, you don't get low attack. You get high attack and even higher HP. Right?
You still get attack to like 100, let's say. Like in hundreds. You don't get 200 attack. Unless you have Golden Brann, Golden Caligos. Probably hit some nasty body, and dragons are kinda not that explosive. Unless you have
I think it depends on how many Drakasats you hit. Because those things like power scale you for free, right? At least the last times I've played Ysera, I ended up with Brann Cali, and just my hero power kept giving me Drakasats, and I just outscaled everything easily. Like into the 200s with single Cali.
Yeah, I think she's...
Yeah, that might be just very lucky as well. Right? Like, obviously, your hero power gives dragons, but giving specifically the Econ Battlecry ones might be, rarer than I'm giving it credit for.
I think she fits the meta because decent early game, you can discover a 4-drop and 6-drops on her quite easily. And there's like Specialist, Sanson Drake build, or you can go for Caligos, so you can triple into 2 good cards. You can maybe work with Rogrog as well, sometimes with Chargla, Kappa, but I think dragons
you can also just hit like Tethys and go Pirates, right? Like if you triple into a 6, you hit a good 6, you play for that good 6, even if you're Ysera.
Yeah, there's also like end of the 10 dragons build. I think overall tribe, why it's not the strongest, it's just very solid. So high B tier is probably where I put this. I think we almost all agree by Eddie.
Yeah.
We're gonna make him believe. Eddie probably muted us and he's like, fuck it.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, like I said, for me the biggest thing about Ysera is that like if you don't hit Front Drake on turn 1, it feels like a complete concede go next game.
That's also true. That's why the hero is.
If you hit like an Econ minion instead of it, it's still fine. I think most of the time.
Yeah,
You just go 2-on-2 with an econ minion, and then you're very often still gonna have like decent, early game. Not nearly as good as front Drake, but still good enough that you're not, totally suffering.
Yeah, I think that's what holds her from A tier. The consistency, right?
Yeah, that's true.
If you could always get double front Drake opener and 1 mana spell, and then like a token on 10-3 or maybe 2 mana spell, then she's the nuts. But if you can't, then she's not that super amazing. Okay, Sin Dragosta, trash tier or C tier? For me, it's a trash. I will never play the Cindy.
It's trash for me.
But my free-to-play account option was Goof, so trash.
Eddie?
Yeah, that's fine.
Kazam Zarek. Okay. Jikirag is probably an expert on this hero. I think he played this he played him quite
I
well
have
in
not
the past.
played a single game of Akazam Zarek in this meta. I think it just doesn't fit it at all. The early secrets don't matter. Like, the only thing that matters is Ice Block, but if you have no hero power, low armor, and like just Ice Block as a hero power, that's just very shitty Patchwerk to me. I do think Patchwerk is really good, but I think he's just a very shitty Patchwerk.
Okay, so trash?
Yeah, I think it's trash.
I would put it in C tier. Just because none of those other heroes in trash tier can get an ice block.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they
Well,
can
not off just their hero power. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
You can also do like cute stuff with splitting image too.
But can you do good stuff with it?
I don't think you
Rarely,
can
but
I don't think you can grab farm curve anymore, I think. You have to probably level on 10-2 and
Yeah.
ignore your hero power.
Which also means you have odds of not actually getting ice blocks sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if you're hero powering every turn throughout the early game because you're Rafaam curving, you'll pretty much guarantee that you have ice block by the mid game. But if you're only starting to hero power mid game, you do actually have reasonably high odds of never getting the ice block.
Yeah, I also I was not playing him. I'm not picking him. I'm not seeing him doing quite well. The hero power is one of the strongest for the late game, as Eddie pointed out. The splitting image stuff is very interesting. You can do some nasty stuff. But I think it's still I wouldn't pick him. I wouldn't be happy when I pick him.
Yeah, no.
You can get an ice block, maybe get 1 triple, nail that, and maybe copy him to top 4, top 3 with like good matchmaking, get the goals and stuff. There's also benefit of having guarantee ice block because you can level to 5 and then use armor to maybe protect the ice block a bit, and that's benefit as well. But the hero is very slow and very weak. I don't know. For me, it's a trash tier. Eddie?
yeah, like I said, I just wouldn't put it in. I don't think it's good by any means, but I'm probably always going to take it over Curator.
Oh, okay. We can actually buff him to C tier at the end, like low C tier maybe. We're not planning on ranking C tier, but
C tier, I don't know.
okay. Gaff, trash. Let's go.
Yep, trash. Don't care.
Yep.
Okay, Scabbs is very interesting. Used to be really good with the beast stuff because everyone's forcing that, and you had the free pieces for free. Right now you can do that in Quillboard lobby. You can get a lot of pieces, so that definitely boosts the hero. When you have at least one lobby, that most of it gonna force that one thing. So maybe Tuma, what do you rank Scabbs?
Played him a lot, I think, but 2-cost hero power is still really good. Early and mid game, late game get some pieces, so maybe kind of same as Rat King, so bottom of A tier.
Eddie?
I would agree with that placement.
Rikirak?
I mean, that does seem fair. I do think I would prefer Rat King over Scabbs in the majority of lobbies, but they're close enough that they can be in the same tier.
Same, almost same armor and 2-cost hero power both, so really similar, kind of.
But it's an A tier, right? It's an A tier.
Yeah, it's A tier.
Okay, Rag, the worst hero in the game? Is Rag the worst hero in the game? I think so. For me, it's the worst hero in the game, by the way.
Yeah, it's
I
really
Come on,
think
it's gotta still be better
actually-
than Guff.
No, because on Gav you can hit Divine Shield into Divine Shield or Divine Shield into Trickster and at least have something. And then you can actually hit the 1 gold spell and level on 10-4 with hero power. So you have at least one scenario that you're gonna be able to hero power 2 times on level, and I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's a giga trash. Probably separate tier for those two. Gav and Ragnaros, probably the worst heroes in the game. Oh, maybe
And we need like a dumpster on fire category.
I could add that, maybe. Try to add that. Please buff. Maybe we can add the tier please buff. Because you cannot fix them with armor. They already have 20. George? Like Gustav? The Divine Shield hero? I
C
think
tier
it-
or trash?
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
playable.
think it's trash also.
I think it's playable.
Or I guess again, you put it next to Curator is where
Yeah, that's.
I suppose
I
you
would
could
much
just-
rather play Curator than George, but George is like
Okay.
technically playable, I guess.
Same, yeah, you can hero power like twice in the game, it's 5.
I just
think,
find
like,
it way harder to use his hero power now that spells are in. Like, it used to be the case that you could early on squeeze in some hero powers, and you could say, like, that's better tempo than what I was going to buy. But with spells, you're very often just better off buying spells instead.
Yeah.
And then you only have a hero power late game when other heroes are changing their hero power to George anyway.
Yeah, I think he's unplayable. I think it's unplayable. I think it's bad. Like I said, for me, like I had some games badly playable, but the fact that there's some better plays on 10-3, so you cannot like buy a 2-drop Divine Shield that, it's better to buy the spells like some other stuff. Like apples and like the hero power is just so useless.
The only
Also,
reason I would even put it on that fringe of bottom C is that wanted Divine Shield tier 4 Murloc guy is very powerful, and
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the one like really good thing he can do.
Also, front drag opener is probably because when you have the front drag, which gonna give you 2 cards, you probably can squeeze more hero powers and then maybe scale them with like smuggler, some like sneaky stats, get some tempo in.
I mean,
front drag-
if I'm guaranteeing a front drake start, I'd be fine playing like Rag probably.
front drag is front drag the best 1-drop right now?
Yes,
Yes.
like for turn
Yeah.
1, yes, by far.
Good for him. Okay, let's put him in trash. Let's use the argument. Let's not debate people into playing the George.
Yeah, true.
That's fair.
Let's save them. Let's save them. Okay. Really strong hero, Dr. Holiday, but 8 armor. Like, come on, Blizzard.
Yeah. I mean, it's like strong-ish
easy for
early
me. I
game and then
refuse
no
to play it,
direction,
Hero.
right?
I actually put this in trash category. I think it's unplayable.
I would
I
actually
don't
put-
think it's unplayable. I have played it and it's been okay. Like, it's definitely like Illidan levels of it's okay, I guess. But you're not happy with it.
For me, it's better than any of C tier heroes.
Yeah, I
Like,
think the
no,
fact that you can hit the token and hero power on turn 1. There's
yeah,
also the
C
2-mana
tier is-
spell. There's more tokens in the game right now. I think that boosts the hero. Like, the cheap hero power, very similar to the Rat King and Scabbs, when you can squeeze in hero power and buy something. That feels decent. And there's some scenario, like, you're gonna get the Strike Oil. You're gonna get the apples. There's some good spells in the lower tiers as well. There's also less of them. So the quality of the spell probably improved, because you lost the rolls, but you also lost, like, I mean, you lost what else? You lost the overconfidence. So higher odds of getting apples and Strike Oil,
Yeah.
which are probably the most impactful in the early game. I think it's playable. I don't think it's trash. But high C tier is probably not that great. We're not gonna rank the C tier, but I probably pick always Hogar over it for
Yeah,
sure.
it's worse than I think. It's worse than AFK. I think it's worse than Hogger. It's close to Curator, and the rest it's better than. It's like not the best, but you know, not the worst in C.
I think playable mostly because of armor. Like 14, 16 armor, we can talk about this hero being
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is super interesting. Eddie, do you take this thing, guys? Let's go, Eddie.
Used to be a Snake Eyes enthusiast, but now I'd put it in probably the bottom of B tier. Somewhere in B tier, I guess. 6 armor is just so brutal.
Yeah, and you have sometimes really awkward turns when you roll some awkward numbers with numbers that you can spend your all gold, and it's still really good if you hit. But yeah, something like this is B tier is fine, I guess.
Okay, that's interesting. I still quite like Snake Eyes.
Yeah, I like Snake Eyes as well. I just don't level to 3. I stay on 2, and my results improved when I didn't push level so aggressively. Similar to E.T.C.
Yeah.
And when I don't
and
push
with
level,
the go ahead.
And when I don't push level as aggressively, I just level most of the times not on 10-3 but 10-4. My results were just better.
Yeah.
It's still really nice. So like when you hit the 3 level on 10-2, and then you hit like good shop, you are just ahead of people. But yeah, 5-6 armor makes this hero kind of really hard to put in A tier, but maybe high B tier. I would probably pick Snake Eyes in most lobbies over Ystera, to be honest.
Yeah. And the one thing about like the early awkward hero powers, I always just pretend that I rolled one lower and then don't care. Right? Like whether you rolled a 4 and then it's gold efficient, or a 5 and then I'm technically floating 1 gold, just ignore it. And then when the hero power becomes active again, it becomes active again. Like it's not super relevant that that's 1 turn later most of the time. So I don't really care that sometimes, the gold is slightly awkward when you hero power. Because you still get such a big gold advantage over people early on most of the time, that it doesn't really matter if it's, 1 extra turn that it's inactive later. So as long as you do stay on 2 on turn 3, right? Like don't just go to 3 and die. I think it does perform quite well, for me at least, most of the time.
Yeah, like you can roll 4 and you can, for example, double buy, and then you're not gonna lose in the early game. So you save a lot of HP. You can play defensively with this hero. You don't need to always level on, even if you roll the high. You can just double buy like quality pair or maybe some strong unit.
Yeah.
So for me, I would pick her over Ystera. I'm Ystera enthusiast, but I would pick the Snake Eyes over Ystera.
Also, yeah, I think it's better than all the current B tier heroes. I don't know if that puts it in A, but it's definitely better than the ones in B currently.
Also, it's really good hero if you want to win a lobby. Like high upside. High upside. So for us, that's also for us, and probably for me, that boosts the hero tremendously. When I can get top 1, top 2 with her, I have a shot almost every lobby. Eddie?
I mean, yeah, I agree that I would take it over all the other heroes in B. There are probably situations where I'd take it over Scabbs. I doubt I'm taking it over Rat King.
So borderline A
so
tier.
Yeah,
I think that's a good reason to put it in
the top
A.
of B or the bottom of A.
Yeah.
Okay, could be bottom, right? That's okay. DSB? Eddie, you are a Quillbore expert, so that speaker.
Yeah, I'm a Quillbore master, but I don't find this hero to be all that useful.
I like the hero.
Low B tier, maybe high C tier.
I like the hero because you can often what you can do, you can buy the 1-mana spell, double hero power on turn 1. Then you hero power buy unit, like fish for like Anoyotron, and then you have like 15-15 unit, and you just level to Tavern 3. Very solid. Very annoying to face as well.
I mean, it's basically not a Quillbore hero, right?
Yeah,
it's like Mukla, but you're the only one getting the bananas, kind of. But you have to spend gold on them.
The Whelp Smuggler synergy is really good.
True.
And sometimes you hit the Quillbore stuff. Like you can early Piper.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit Quillbore, you hit Quillbore, right? Like that's the game right now.
Even early Piper, and suddenly you can build a huge cleaves. Like 5 attack on gems, you can 20 attack cleave on turn 7. That's reasonable. Like 10-8 maybe. So like B tier or C tier? High C tier or low B tier?
Bottom of B, I think.
Yeah, I agree with bottom of B.
I think I will pick DSB over Brukan. In most lobbies.
I think they're very similar.
Yeah, it depends on tribes. But yeah.
But in more lobbies, like you don't look at like for the Death Speaker, you only look at the dragons. I think I pretty much look at the dragons. Like there is Wolf Smuggler. I can have nice early game. Maybe Max, but Max are stacks. So I don't want to see Max. For Brukan, you kind of look at the is Corpse Refinery in, and even if it's in, do I have a token opener? Can I build the board fast enough? I think I would pick him over Brukan like every time. So should be at least bottom B tier. We're gonna rank the B tier in order, so that's something to discuss later. Okay, Lich King. That's one interesting. Used to be super good in the Beast meta, become way worse, but still probably always B tier. Like as long as this hero gonna exist, it's probably always at least the B tier, the hero power. Probably always good target. But guys, hey, what do you think?
It's at best the B tier. I'm not even sure if it reaches that for me right now. Because you have a little bit of tempo, but not like, like there is tempo early game right now, and I feel like Lich King hero power doesn't quite keep up with it. So if you're gonna have to make like, weird or awkward plays just to maximize tempo early on, then you don't gain much benefit from your hero power anymore. And it's just a 10 armor hero. I feel like it would definitely be solidly B tier if it actually had higher health, because it is mostly just tempo early game. Maybe you do something later with Matador if it fits the lobby, but
I mean, you can do
just don't have
Scorpion.
many.
You can do Scorpion, you can do Piper, you can do Sporbat, Matador, like Basgil. You can do a lot of him. The hero power is always useful. And on paper, you don't lose in early game, so like 10 armor is probably tiny bit more than 10.
Yeah. I just can't shake that it's just a very shitty N'Zoth.
That's true. I mean, shitty Teron. I think Teron is good comparison.
Yeah, shitty Teron too. Yeah.
Shitty Teron. So like low B tier. I picked the Lich King over Brukan.
Yeah.
Probably over
the one thing that I've had, whenever there's lobbies that I see people pick Lich King in, I haven't picked him much at all recently, but whenever I see people picking Lich King, it's in those same lobbies where people are picking N'Zoth and are picking Teron, and he just never does as well as them.
Tuma?
It used to be my best hero, but now it's for me definitely B, but I would pick maybe lower bottom of B.
Eddie?
I think with the right tribes, like if you have like Beast, Demon, Undead, Quillbore lobby where it opens up a lot of good early game value targets for Lich King, like Eternal Knight, even Imprisoner on 1, whatever. I don't see myself taking any of those current heroes in the B tier category over Lich King. Like there's no scenario for sure that I can tell you where I would ever take Ysera over Lich King with those tribes in that I just mentioned.
So high B tier, okay. So we can agree B tier, I think. We could argue lower, but I think it's B tier. It's very solid.
Yeah, B tier is fine.
Okay, we're gonna rank him later. Let's put him in the middle. We're gonna rank him later. And the next one, Eddie, go ahead. I mean, this is your favorite hero.
Okay, yeah, Cthulhu.
You debated me to play this hero, I think twice. Fucking twice.
It can be sneaky good with dragons, like no Murlocs. Yeah, definitely not S tier. I mean, it's got a lot of armor. I certainly think it's better than like Brukan.
Really?
What?
Okay, I play since I was the person who played that. With dragons, I hit the front rank opener. He was really good.
Yeah, if you hit front rank opener, Whelp Smuggler turn 3, and then triple into Drakari, then it's a good hero. I agree.
I think he's only playable in dragons lobbies, so he cannot be B.
100% only playable in dragons. Yes.
Yeah.
So it cannot be B. It can be C, but cannot be B because there's only one tribe which is good. Whereas
like Holiday always over Cthulhu. But
I mean, we have
it basically has to be dragon, no Murloc.
No Quillbore, no Pirates, no Elementals. Like only
I can see that. But
which means you're gonna have Beasts in and you instantly lose to someone playing a Golden comp.
Yeah, the one Mecha Horse versus your whole comp.
Yeah.
Okay. if you are guaranteed dragons, I think the argument with the Brukan, like he's better than Brukan in dragons lobby probably, but in every other he's just like
Yeah, true.
probably not probably trash as well. Maybe he's like trash.
Yeah, that's
No, okay, at least playable. At least playable in one with one tribe.
I mean, that's a definition of playable you're using there as well. Like, it's
Yeah.
not even a very good hero in dragon lobbies. It's just barely playable in dragon lobbies, because then you still need to actually hit specifically dragons for it to be good enough.
Okay, not the trash, Eddie. Don't worry, not the trash.
Yeah.
I believe I will still try to win for the YouTube and stuff. But
Let's keep it at the very lowest of C tier.
Okay,
Yeah, I still only play it very rarely in like those specifics. Trust me, I'm not ever excited to be playing Cthulhu.
Yeah, okay, for the chat, I also have to add 2 players are playing on NA, so both Eddie and GK, they're playing on NA, and me and Tuma are playing on EU, so there'll be some tiny bit of difference between the heroes, which we like, which we don't. The metas are, I think, tiny bit different. Also, the time we are playing is kind of similar, but it's not really similar, because on NA it's a different time. Like, right now on NA, it's not like a prime time NA, the strongest lobby possible. On EU, they kind of the strongest. I mean, not during the weekend. During the weekend, it's a free farming day. But that's also like some.
I'm constantly playing in Dog, Bofer, and Jeef lobbies at this time.
Yeah, but you still get 50 points for top 1, no?
60 usually.
I was watching Eddie yesterday and he got 52 4 times in a row.
Wow. Yeah, no, lowest I've gotten recently is 54, and that was like an outlier.
Okay, so
the lowest I got this season was a 42 for first.
Yeah, I'm not an expert. That's why I'm thinking. Like, there's huge there's small difference. Even the time where are we playing is and the server, there's some difference. So we might have a different view at the thing. So I just wanted to point that to the child. I did that at the start, but I'm gonna point that again. Okay, who wants to take the next one? And we should probably rotate. I should do that at the very start. We should probably rotate who takes the hero first. So if I start every time, it's probably bad because some biases and stuff. So. 2 are gonna go now, then we're gonna go GK, then we're gonna go Eddie, and then me. So I don't talk as much. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. So 2, go ahead.
This games have been lately so poorly. I always play trash cards and I never steal anything and I just die. So I actually put this even C tier, but I know it's really good with quills and stuff now. But so it would be better. But
oh
in
god,
my option, it's C tier.
I'm putting Tess at the top of the list that we have right now.
Wow, okay.
I
am much more in line with Tomb on this one. Like, in the perfect lobby, sure. But in most lobbies, I feel like you just don't have any extra tempo and you bleed out a lot, and then you pray that you face the right person at the right time so that you can stabilize with their minions.
I think whenever we have a very popular tribe, which is strong, that Tess get bumped to A tier. I think that's the rule. Because like every Quillboard lobby, you're gonna be happy, and then people force Beast as well.
It's not every Quillboard lobby though, right? It's like Quillboard and Beasts together, where you can, because most people aren't actually doing the stay on 3 smudger thing, I think.
So,
like they should, but they aren't. At least in my lobbies.
She has 17 armor as well. That's a lot. And you face someone who early triple, you face Galakrond. You can actually, I think on average, the hero is actually quite good. I think for me, it's at least a B tier. And probably low A tier even in this current meta game. I think also like, is a S tier probably in a Beast Quillboard lobby? It's probably close to S tier, as Eddie pointed out. But it's really hard to rank her. As we said, we're gonna give a small penalty if you need a perfect tribe for the hero. So she probably gonna get bumped down from S tier, Eddie, sorry. But I don't know. High B tier, low A tier. This is one of the most and the hardest hero to properly rate. Because like there's so much RNG involved that hero, like matchmaking and the tribes. You have to scout constantly. I don't know. This is the hardest hero probably we had so far.
Yeah,
So
I think
Eddie,
like even on 17 armor, you just kind of die a lot. At least when I've been playing Tess.
I think you can underlevel and discover some 4-drops and stabilize. I think the fact that you can underlevel, like 10-5, you don't need to level to Tavern 3 so often. Like try to get some pairs, prepare stuff, and discover a 4-drop. I think is saving grace. 17 armor is actually a lot.
I mean, I think putting it in A tier is fine, but not very high in A tier.
Okay, Eddie, make your case. Make your case, Eddie.
I mean, to me, it just comes down to like how much you want to penalize for the, specific tribe requirements. Like I was saying, I mean, if beasts are in and Quillbor are in, there are not very many heroes that I'm going to take over Tess.
And if Quillbor are out, where would you put her in the current list? Like, how bad does she get if Quillbor are out, basically?
With Quillbor out, yeah, and then obviously with Beast in, it's still, very strong on that angle, but certainly not the, you can't pick anything else. I think it would still go in that A tier category.
Interesting.
Part of it too, I think, is because a lot of times if you're playing Tess in a Beast lobby, like you're banking on there being a fish in that game as well. Now that can really suck when there isn't, but
yeah, I feel like that backfires very often. Because yes, people would probably pick this off if it was offered, but there's so many heroes that statistically you shouldn't expect there to be a fish, right?
yeah, it's only like half the games, right?
If that.
Or not even a third of the games, right?
Yeah.
How
Maybe.
many?
Wait, let me just quickly check. If all other people actually have 4 hero choices, which we assume
There's 96 heroes. 96 heroes in the game right now.
Yeah, so you've seen 4
we're
of them. So it's about a 25% ish, maybe slightly higher because there will be typed heroes that are out. But it's like a slightly better than a 1 in 4 for there to be a fish, which is honestly really bad odds.
Yeah, super hard hero to rank. I think we can leave her at low A tier for now, and when we're gonna rank the heroes, we can discuss. She's very tricky. I really like Tess, but do I pick her over Snake Eyes? Probably not. Over Rat King? Probably not. Assuming we don't have the perfect tribes right now, Beast Quillbors.
I wouldn't pick this over Lich King ever anymore. Really, I just keep losing with this.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in like knowing what potential game plans you can play ahead of time. So a hero like Ysera or Lich King, where these are the things I personally myself can hit to do well, is really valuable versus beasts are in, and like say Quillbor are out, so people are probably gonna want to do beast things. So maybe on turn like 8 or 9 I can steal a thing. That's really hard to like lock that in on hero select. But I think we can leave it where it is and then move on.
Yeah, I think mostly because of Quillbors right now. Like right now, Tess is good because Quillbors are good, and like she's always good when there's one tribe. Like we used to have beasts and like other stuff in the past. I think low A tier is in this particular meta would be fitting, but Tume doesn't like her. Okay, Sneed, trash or playable? 20 armor. Now it's so we did the order. Now it's I think Jikireg, and I should shut the fuck up again. Sorry.
Oh, we got Sneed? Nice. I fucking hate Sneed. Sorry, it's just, I mean, it's playable, and I have played it, because 20 armor with, like, a technically pressable hero power, right? Like, it does have some utility in Avenge-focused lobbies, and just to fill out your curve, like, pick up a spell and hero power instead of buying a minion, that kind of thing. But man, do I not want to play Sneed ever. It's C tier because it's definitely more playable than anything in trash, but I never want to actually play it.
No one has anything else to say.
Yeah, I think I agree with
Eddie,
all what
Eddie
Dekkster said. I think the one The one very overlooked part or thing with Sneed is that it can actually be very, very good in undead lobbies with Grave Gobbler.
Yeah, you can print money with that. Well, you can't really print money, but you can like save up money, sort of.
Yeah, you get like one jam a bunch of free minions turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then occasionally it's you're spending 1 gold to get a free tier 1.
Yeah, they're usually like 1 gold for a garbage 1-drop eventually, but yeah, it's it's something.
Yeah, Eddie pointed out the strat to me like a few days ago. I think he is playable, but no, he never beat here.
It's basically a way worse version of E.T.C with Jailer Buddy. Like I've eaten Jailer Buddy with Gobbler multiple times before. That's a nice thing to do. Like when your E.T.C buddy is about to like stop being super useful anyway, just get the bunch of gold out of it. This like Sneed Gobbler is like a worse version of that, basically.
Okay, true. Okay, next is Eddie. We have Omo.
I feel like it fits somewhere into that A tier category.
Okay, Snake Eyes or Omo? Snake Eyes or Omo? Which one do you pick? Kind of similar heroes, right? You get the gold spike.
Yeah, I think they're pretty comparable actually. Given that with some tribes, like if you have Naga, LE, Pirate in, obviously that boosts Omo a little bit. And obviously now you don't necessarily even need an econ start with Omu to be able to take full advantage of the hero power. So I'm probably putting it even above Scabbs a lot of the time, or like right around there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I'm not a huge Scabbs enthusiast.
Yeah, I think so too. That a little bit you can plan your tours a little bit better than Snake Eyes, so it's definitely better than. And yeah, I would put even before Silas, but that spot is kind of fine.
I would like to make the argument that Omo is S tier.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, basically every single Omu game I have played this season, which is quite a lot of them because I think she's very good, has been just a very easy early game into I can do kind of whatever the lobby wants me to do later on, right? Like there's no tribe dependencies because of spells most of the time. Because you can just fill out the extra gold, where it used to be awkward where you need a token, you just kind of don't anymore. And then you can just it can work with any type because it's like predictable free extra gold. And it just has it hasn't failed basically for me to just pick Omu and do well. Because you can level fast in like those like LE pirate lobbies, which you can also get token starts, which are even better, but you don't need them. But then you can level fast, go to 6, do the whole like Brann whatever thing. But it's also perfectly fine to just take it slower, level like at a a normal pace, but just have more stuff than other people and just not be losing any of your fights as well. It's super flexible in that way. Like in a way that I'm fine to see Omo in any lobby and be happy to pick her.
Yeah, I think she's not close S tier for me because like she lacks a punch, but you can play her now in almost every lobby, which is a huge bonus for the hero because of spells. So you can pick her in almost every lobby, like regardless the tribe, which boosts for me her to like high A tier. It's probably better than Snake Eyes, so you can play her almost in every lobby.
I don't think it's very close to Snake Eyes, to be honest, because it's predictable gold, right? That's the huge downside of Snake Eyes, is the unpredictability of it.
Yeah, like if you hit double token opener, it's just the nuts.
Yeah.
It's not.
I actually don't disagree with anything Jake Urick just said. Like I do think it's some of this I think has to do with like just how I would have some of these ranked in A tier. Like I'm not as big of an Onyxia enthusiast, so I definitely I'm all for putting Omu ahead of that and Brann. Like for me, it's like kind of that S Omu and Silas feel like the 3 in A tier that are standout for me. So given that there's more people on the Omu bandwagon, I think that makes more sense to put it high A, low S.
Okay, we can put it at the top of A tier. Maybe that's fair, I think. We can maybe argue later. Okay, I'm next. Lady Vash. She's surprisingly good in Beast Lobby. Like, so nasty. The hero power is just so nasty in Beast Lobby. The stealth one and shouldn't be illegal. And she has 14 armor as well. So I will pick her in a Beast Lobby and be happy about her.
I guess this one was mine.
Okay, so no, this was no, okay. The previous, the Omo was yours, right?
No, the Omo was mine, and then it
Okay.
goes.
Yeah, the one was J.K.
Okay, I'm gonna mute the fuck. Okay, you do the Lady Vash without me. I'm
It's
gonna
fine.
fucking mute myself. I'm the worst host ever. I'm gonna edit this out from the YouTube bot, but I'm the fucking worst host ever. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, go ahead, guys. You can do the next two without me because I'm fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Vash is particularly good, right? It feels a lot like a True Con type thing to me. I don't know, high C tier maybe, mid C tier probably even.
Yeah, it feels super C tier to me, where you do have that upside in beast lobbies, but also in beast lobbies there are multiple different heroes that really have a big upside and actually like getting beasts and making more use out of the same amount of beast pieces, while Lady Vash only protects the pieces that you have, like with stealth, which is good, but if I'm going into a beast lobby, I'm expecting some amount of like Teron or N'Zoth, and I know I'm gonna be worse than them.
Yeah, I actually think Vash tends to be better when you're planning or trying to milk like a hash or trolley. That
Yeah,
like,
it's nice with trolley more than anything, I think. But then you're playing trolley, and trolley does kind of suck a little bit.
Okay, meet CTR. Okay, Patchwerk. Go ahead, guys. I'm gonna shut the fuck up again.
I think this was your turn, wasn't it, Seville?
Yeah.
I talk too much. I should stop. We can go Patchwerk
You were
to
supposed to
Jikirek.
go after me, I think.
I remember Jikirek had a hot take about the Patchwerk, so I'm gonna give it
I
to
mean,
him.
I don't think it's a hot take. I think I'm just correct in saying that Patchwerk is an A tier hero right now. Because like most of the meta that isn't exactly stay on 3 Quillbore is like tier 6 based, but also with a super high amount of early damage. So if you can like stay healthy enough throughout the early game, you can level to 5, level to 6, and like go play to win the lobby. And all the people that got unlucky in the early game and took too much damage, they kind of can't and just they try to play for 4th and kind of die. But Patchwerk is just like guaranteed to be healthy even if he's losing his fights. But if you do get good early shops, like you do get an apple shop or whatever, you're staying at like 50 plus, like almost 60 HP for the entire game, while also leveling to 6, right? Which is what you want to do to win those lobbies to begin with. So you have a guaranteed shot at trying to win the game, while most other heroes are like afraid of taking too much damage and getting into that range where they can't really level because they'll die. So that's my argument for Patchwerk and A tier.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think you're gonna get much debate from me on that one. That any hero that has 60 health when I get minus 150 for 8th sounds a whole lot better than Snake Eyes.
True.
I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I'll pick always like Isera, Lich King. I don't know, it's just very boring, but maybe it's good, like the pointing. I mean, it just
Yeah,
doesn't.
you have to look past the part where it's boring,
Yeah,
right?
it's
You have
just
to
like,
ignore
oh.
where it's boring and just look at where it's good.
It's boring, but it's good enough to be bottom of A tier, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you there is no universe where I'm ever taking Ysera over Patchwerk.
Eddie, come on. Don't do it. Okay, so we go. Okay, we go now. Two Magic Kirek, Eddie, and I have the spicy one. And we have Reno now.
Well, I like like Reno. I don't know if he's really good or not because, but what am I gonna? It's close to A, but maybe from top of B tier. When you can swap hero power, it's so big upside with Reno. You can make tempo hero power. I haven't even one game with like turn 1 front drake. And yeah, I think top of B tier is good.
It's really hard to rank him. Really hard. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when the Sportbot was on Tavern 3, the hero was the nuts because you just hero powered the Sportbot.
Yeah, I'm
But
missing good targets to hero power early
I
right
mean,
now.
You probably hero power like Pain Smudger or like Piper and don't think about it.
Yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not super happy about it, right? Like that's not such
Yeah.
a big difference compared to other heroes.
Like
If I've already hit Piper, then I already have, good enough attack scaling most of the time. If I'm hitting Smudger, I mean, if I don't have gem buffs, then it's not super important to hero power that. And if I already have gem buffs and then I hit Smudger, having it golden is good, but like I don't need to be Reno to win from that spot, right? But those are the best hero power targets on like tier 3 and even tier 4 almost.
There's
not even that many.
Yeah, there's not enough targets, right, on Tavern 3 and 4. So you have to get a triple and get the discovery, and then you can whiff, and very risky. How much armor Reno has? I don't think he has 16, right? Or maybe still has 16.
He does have that much, I think, yeah.
So
which is indicative of how he's performing, right? Like, it is very risky if you have the triple for direction most of the time.
Eddie, you want to add something? It's kind of your type of hero, I think, right? High risk, high reward.
Yeah, I don't love Reno. I think where you first had it actually fits pretty good for me, like right at the top of B tier. But I don't know how much of that you want to just credit my dislike for like Ysera, Togwaggle, and whatever. Reno's definitely very like hit or miss though, right?
Yeah. And missing is super painful.
Yeah.
Like missing is actually like not very salvageable top 8 territory.
Yeah, there's like not enough targets. There's Spellbot, Railag in Beast lobbies, and sometimes it's triple. Trolley get worse, even Golden.
Yeah, Golden Trolley isn't even good, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next one is Tricky. Let's go.
All right, Thorum, let's go. This hero kind of sucks a little bit. I don't know. He's so weird in that there's like usually in most lobbies there's like 2 or 3 sevens that you actually want to see in your discover. But in a lot of lobbies where there's an incentive for early tempo, he just doesn't get to his 7 healthy, which means you need to pick max tempo. But then you're getting like, a high tempo 7 drop on turn 8 or turn 9 when you're usually behind everyone else. And you just struggle to make most things work. Like it's been a while since I've seen a Thorum like high roll off their 7 drop and win. The only Thorums I see win are the ones that just get lucky without a hero power. And then, they also have the 7, which boosts them, but like I feel like it's not being Thorum that actually helps you win most of the time. I would put him in C tier because I do think there's enough of an upside from the tempo tier 7s that he's not trash. But I wouldn't pick him for any amount of like consistency whatsoever.
I would agree with the not taking him for consistency piece of it. He's one of those heroes I feel like it's easy to get baited by because you just have this, idea of or big dreams in your head of what you're going to do with some stupid 7 drop. I do think there are some heroes in the B tier category that I would definitely take Thorum over most of the time. like Brucon, Death Speaker, Togwaggle. So for me, I think he goes into B tier. But
I'm Torime enjoyer, but my results are even first or eighth, so it's kind of tells a lot about this hero. I think middle of the B tier or something is like is the best one, but I can see bottom of B tier as well.
I think he got actually worse because they removed the reckless investment, so it's harder to get the guarantee thing on tonight.
Yeah,
Reckless investment was nice.
You often get that still you can force the turnate, but then if you get like Moira or something, you get Battlecry and you are still behind because you can't really ever level tier 5 if you wanna get that hero power ready turnate. So it's big downside.
Very high risk hero. Probably like high risk hero, but Reno is probably better than him, so
yeah, for sure.
So low B tier or C tier? Like high C tier or low B tier?
I mean, I think we've made an argument for B tier mostly, right?
Low B is best.
So we have Alakir next, and that's Yurzadi.
Bad. C tier somewhere.
Yeah, it's very underwhelming, but basically you have 13 armor, you're not gonna lose the fights on turn 1, 2, 3 most of the times, unless you face other tempo heroes, so it's like 20 armor. Like not 20 per se, but like not the 13, tiny bit more. Really good synergy with the Cliff, and there's no counterplay to the Cliff as well. Like Pirate Lobby, Blade Collector goes nuts on these heroes. That's the argument. It's easy to build huge Cliff as well. You have enough spells, and like Peggy, Blade Collector, like making a 40 attack Cliff on turn 9 is not unrealistic on this hero. Even if you want to force it, it's very easy to buff the Blade Collector right now. That's gonna buy you a lot of time, because like with the huge Cliff, they cannot play around that really. And you're gonna save a lot of HP, and then you probably get like a positive placement.
Unless you get Bramble Witched.
I mean, you're gonna have more towns, at least 2 more in the backline. So there's like 1 in 6 to get kecked, which you take every time. Yeah. Obviously, I don't argue the hero is B tier. I think it's a C tier, which is not the trash, like not a George.
Yeah, it's not trash, but it's definitely
C tier.
Like Alakir or Illidan. I think I pick Alakir over Illidan.
They're close. Like they're definitely close.
Okay, so something in the middle of the C tier. Eddie, do you agree?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think Illidan is a good like comparison point to make.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I have Gallywix, S tier. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna.
Yeah, if you have
it's Galley tier at the very top. Like, it's obviously you're just playing a different game with the right tribes.
Yeah.
You kind of need perfect tribes, so like there's probably 1 or 2 tribe combination out of all that's like God tier.
Yeah, there's the very small amount of ones where you're completely like winning from turn 1, and there's a lot of them where you're probably gonna destroy the lobby and everyone is gonna stop having fun. But there's like that like 10 to 20% chance that you just get destroyed in the early game, and there's not enough things to immediately get strong, and you do just kind of die. Like S tier, but it's not in a league of its own if we take into account that there are just enough type combinations where you'd probably pick them, but you can just top 8.
Yeah, so like S tier, but not a God tier.
Yeah.
But still busted as fuck. Okay, so we go again. Now it's Puma with Lord Barov.
Well, just win pets. So it's actually I would put high A tier or even S tier because just win pets and it's with spells it's a bit harder sometimes. So maybe after Omu A tier because it's sometimes a little bit harder to judge how people gonna spike when spells are in, but still insanely good hero early game economy. But if you lose your turn 2 bet and can bet turn 1, then you are just dead. So no S tier, that's fine.
I think it's A tier for sure. It just I'm thinking, do I pick him over Omu? And I don't think so. Like, why would I take
I
some
don't think
risk?
so either.
Why would
The more
take
I
some
look at
risk?
it, the more I look at it, the more I want to put Omu in S and put Barov at the top of A.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I agree, I wouldn't pick Barov over Omu, but I think Barov is like significantly better than everything else in A right now.
Yeah, but I think so. Like, maybe I will pick E.T.C over Blood Barrow. Kind of high on E.T.C right now.
Yeah, but it's better. Maybe no.
Okay, so
I
high
think-
A tier, right? Do you all agree,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so now Jikirek has a spicy Chenvaala.
Chenvaala. So I think no matter what I say, it's a spicy take because I know there's people that are like very high on Chenvaala right now. I'm not one of those people. I do play it like a lot more than I would in previous metas, but it's still such a sketchy hero in the early game where if you hit Wraith, you just never spend any money leveling whatsoever. And if you don't hit Wraith, it feels very bad to me. But like I don't know where I want to put it. I think it's like B tier, similar to Ysera, to be honest.
She got worse because Landlubber is now Tavern 3, not Tavern 2, so there's not that many elementals at lower taverns. It's basically droplet or die trying.
I mean, it's Wraith or die trying, right? Like if you
Yeah.
the tier 1, 2, 3 isn't even that important. Like it helps, but it doesn't matter that much. But if you hit Wraith, you kind of win the game, and if you don't hit Wraith, you almost don't have a hero power.
I would say after maybe between Lich and Dogma.
Eddie, what do you think? Because this is a high risk hero. Can you afford that to pick on an A?
I'm one of those people in the Chenvaala enthusiast categories. For me personally, there's definitely a decent number of heroes in the A category that I'm going to take Chenvaala over.
Okay, so this is something I
Like
pointed
I'm always
out.
taking it over like Scabbs, Snake Eyes, Onyxia, Brann, sometimes even Barov.
Eddie, sorry, I'm gonna stop you. We have 2 per person. We can bump the hero 1 tier. So you can bump Chenvaala at the very end if you want to. You can bump 2 heroes up a tier if you want. Right? So you can actually, if you are very confident in Chenvaala, you can bump her to A tier, like low A tier from B tier. So at the end,
So basically, the consensus among most of us now is that she probably fits in B. But
Yeah.
if you're really high on her, at the end of everything, when we're ranking within tiers, you can like decide this is the hero I bump once here, I guess.
Yeah, because you might have more sample size. You might like that's as simple as that, right? You play more Chenvaala than us, then you have a good feeling, then you can bump the hero. Especially if you make the solid argument that you're gonna pick her over some A tier hero. So we're gonna do that at the end. I mentioned that on Discord, but I'm gonna repeat that as well. So we're gonna put her a high B tier for now. Like something in here, and if you want, you can bump her. You can use your shot. So sorry, Eddie, about interrupting you.
Oh, you're
Sorry
fine.
about that. Okay, so Chenvaala, a good hero, surprisingly good hero. And now we have who? Eddie.
Eddie, yeah.
You're gonna get another one because I
Trash,
think
yeah.
you're gonna get another one.
Yeah,
'cause
just
this
put it
was
in
too
trash
fast.
and then Eddie can
Yeah.
go for Kurtrus.
Yeah, we have Kurtrus. Kind of interesting one.
Kurtrus, I feel like again this was a like it 100% must have pirates in the lobby to be able to have a gambler on turn 3, 4, 5, whatever. I think makes it high or somewhere in B tier.
Tuma, what do you think, Putricide?
Yeah,
I think
B tier is fine. 15 armor is a lot, and you have actually hero power to high roll and get some extra economy, but you definitely need pirates or in. Otherwise, it's almost unplayable, I think, because you really don't have hero power without pirates early enough. So B tier is.
It's probably low B tier. If you absolutely have to have the pirates, it's like this. You have to have this specific tribe, like similar to the Millhouse with Elementals, like probably low B tier. Because with no pirates,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
With no pirates, I just don't want to pick this hero. Gambler is the key for sure.
I mean, with no pirates, you can sometimes like use careful investment to get a good early hero power in, but it's still tough.
Okay, so low B tier, we all agree.
Yeah.
Rokara, I think playable, but barely. I think she's playable mostly because the Butler, nice synergy, 12 armor, you can pick up Divine Shield, buff Divine Shield like a Neutron. So I don't think she's a trash. She used to be, but right now with mostly Butler, like having kind of like Patchwerk like, and then I don't know, maybe it's a trash tier actually. The more I talk, I'm just like
I think it's trash.
I kind of seen Shady Bunny having decent result with her. That's why I'm a bit biased. Like she's actually picking her and he's happy about her. I mean, but I don't know. For me, I don't know. Jikirek, what do you think?
I would put her in trash tier.
Okay, sure.
It's just so non-directional, right? Like your entire hero power is giving some extra attack, but it's most of the attack that you're gonna get is gonna go into shitty 1-drops, right? And the later on it goes, the less relevant it becomes. So like, is the attack on your 1-drops enough to make it a playable hero? And I think it doesn't.
Yeah,
like she does not have such high armor that I can say, oh, with the extra, early tempo that justifies it. I think it's just too bad.
Yeah, I cannot convince myself. I try to make an argument, I just cannot convince myself. Okay, Tuma, you have Mukla. Let's go.
Interesting one.
Well, I think I haven't played Mukla Dispatch. It's okay with dragons, but promise you give bananas to everything else as well. So it's C tier hero for me. It's playable, but not good.
Okay, Eddie.
Where did that end up?
For now, Tuma put him in C tier.
That seems fine. Yeah. I was just looking. Okay, I see it right next to the Vandar.
Yeah, I think it's better. I would probably pick Mukla over Illidan. Like you can hit dragons, you can hit Divine Shield 10-1, and you can hit Trickster. But yeah, never super happy. Like most of the times, you just someone gonna get Lord of Gains and gonna be happy that you are in the lobby. Also 10 armor only, and the lower odds for the big banana is I think it's 1 in 3 to get big banana.
It's 1 in 4 on every banana. Every banana is a 1 in 4 to be big.
Yeah, so even worse than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Go ahead.
The one thing that he does have going for him is that it makes everyone like very aware that they should be playing for tempo. So like you're gonna have fewer people trying to, just level a lot of the time because the existence of bananas makes people look like for those early divine shields for the early synergies to get strong immediately with them. And that does kind of mitigate the problem that I think still puts him in C tier, which is like you have some early stuff, but then, other people are gonna go for high rolls while you're stuck trying to make your bananas work. But at least I found that in most Mukla lobbies, a lot of people, I think they make the mistake to do this, which is they focus on making the bananas work rather than making their own stuff work, kind of. So he's performed better than I think he should, but I still think he's a C tier hero at the end.
Okay, fair, fair. Okay, the spicy one, next one, Grey Bow, Chikirek, go ahead.
I mean,
No,
is it spicy or is it? Wait, is it me? Yeah, it's me. It's
Yeah,
just Beast and Undead are in. You pick Greybow, you get third, you go to your next game, you think, that's nice, I didn't lose MMR. But like,
Lich King or Grey Bow?
Greybow's better by far.
So,
Like,
pick it.
Greybow is much better, I think. Because you can fill your whole board with the synergistic stuff, right? Lich King, you can hero power one thing, and that's it. Like, if you have one good, like, if you have a sewer at early, that's great as a Lich King target, but you don't also want to buy a Mana Saber, right? Because you can only hero power one thing, whereas as Greybow, I can just spam my board full of that stuff and then level, and then I can either high roll something to win, or I can take my, like, third or fourth. I think it's much better than Lich King, but it's not a fantastic hero anyway, at the end of it. I do think B tier is fine. I think it's just a lot better than Lich King.
Eddie?
Yeah, that seems fine. I think I would agree that it's. You compare it to something like a Lich King, or I guess we haven't done like Teron yet, but yeah, it tends to be a pretty safe, like decently high finish, but not all that frequent top one hero. So that B tier makes sense to me.
Timo, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think so too, because like the thing that the Aven stuff can't be sniped with that hero. So that's the best
Yeah, it's
thing
really
about
good.
Stream.
It's really good for Beast because you don't need to rebound and Divine Shield your bananas. You don't need to spend gold if need be. Like, you just can play Beast and you don't need to spend, like, you rebound your valuable stuff and you can do some nasty stuff. You can even play Parrot in the Beast lobby. Like, it is one of the very few heroes that actually can play Parrot. Some Parrot combination and stuff. Like Parrot Cultist even. Like, Phalanx you can go, then you can play Parrot Cultist because they cannot really get to Parrot. There's some...
always found it.
Yeah, there's some nice upsides to that.
It's also one of the few heroes where I would actually, like, seriously consider playing Lighter Fighter Kangors for, like, a longer amount of time. Because for most heroes, you need, like, that full comp to go off without your Tituses getting sniped. But as Greybow, they just don't, right? Because you always have the taunts up.
Also,
so you do have access to some comps that other players basically can't afford to play because it's too risky, but there's no risk involved when you're Greybow.
Yeah, also 16 armor is a lot.
True.
For me, it's even better than User or Chen, but I'm a well-known roach, so I don't know.
It's like highish B tier. We're gonna order B tier in order, so we're gonna then go to the details.
Yeah.
Ozumat and Eddie, that's a mighty Ozumat for you.
Trash.
Okay, you get the next one. You get the next one. It's Isharash.
Yashari, as Zorgo would say.
How do you pronounce that?
I'm not. I think Yasharaj. Yeah. Somewhere in C tier, I guess. If you guaranteed me that I could go 3-on-4 and hero power into a Dire Muck, it's S tier. Other than that, it's pretty trash. The Dire Muck can actually, like, carry you so far with that, right?
Yeah.
I took 15 to a guy who hero power into Buzzkill, and he had Merkules, big Merkules, with empty hand, and he hero power into Buzzkill. I wasn't happy.
It took us hero power, but because it's random, it's so much worse. So C tier is 5.
I did have a very good player in my chat try to convince me to play Ashraj a few times. I mean, granted, in spots where my hero selections were kind of shitty, so it's fine to try it out. But it's just so... It feels like it should be about as good as like a Yogg or a Rat King, but it just isn't. Because the hero powers are so all over the place most of the time that you're just going to be behind on tempo compared to other people. Like, it's playable and you can high roll it, but most of the time it's just too low tempo to actually be quite as good as it should be.
I would say I'd probably pick him over AFK. Just like 2 mana hero power on turn 1, pick up the spell. If it's a good spell, you're kind of set for the early game.
I think it would depend on on minion types for me between those, which I guess makes them like similar.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you don't look at the
Most of the
tribes.
time.
You pick Isharash, you don't never look at the tribes. I mean, Murlocs are.
I mean,
sweet.
I look at the types for AFK, right? So if
Yeah,
they're good
more-
AFK types, I pick it over Yasharaj.
I guess with the Quillballs, probably FK is better. Not exciting. Okay,
But yeah, they're close, so that fits.
Eddie. So, do you agree, C tier?
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay, Cookie. I will put him in A tier, but just too little of armor. So high B tier. But I play him quite defensively, not going 3-on-3 often. Similar to the Snake guys. And he's not bad. Like high B tier, low A tier for me. I'll probably pick him over Patchwerk, but that's personal preference. Probably don't pick Cookie over Snake guys. So this in this range.
I would basically never pick him over Patchwerk, but
Yeah, that's nice mentioned.
yeah.
I just hate Hero because it's so boring. Tima, what do you think?
Low bottom of A tier is maybe my option because you can easily if you can herb over three times same minion type, you don't that often miss. sometimes yeah, but I think you can a little bit choose and plan your game with that. You get some one extra minion early is just huge upside when you can discover that. So I think after Patchwerk is fine.
Eddie, what do you think?
I'm a fan of Cookie for the Quillbore stuff. This is another one like compared to the low armor heroes. I'm always gonna take it over like Onyxia, Panda, Scabbs, Rat King, just for these specific lobbies.
Which means like if it's not in those lobbies, you pick the other heroes first, right?
Yeah, if it's not like a really solid smudger lobby, I think it becomes a lot more risky.
Yeah, so like in most lobbies it's worse than all of the A tier heroes, and in some lobbies it's better. Which is like, I don't know. I dislike Cookie specifically because you basically can't 3-on-3 with it. Like you have to be discovering 2-drops. And my biggest problem is if you're not going 3-on-3, like your turn 3 and turn 4 hero powers are really awkward. Because you're not rolling, but you're also not leveling. Like you're buying minions from the shop and then you also have to hero power, so you very often can't like tutor your minion types at that point. You just have to take whatever is still left in shop after you've done your buying. But like I think it is worse than Patchwerk, better than Reno. Whether that's bottom of A or top of B is kind of irrelevant, I think. But
I think the Quillbore stuff just boosts him to like bottom of A.
yeah. That's fair.
I think when he's quite good at forcing Quillbores, and you can just boost the hero overall if there's, and it's also like actually fits, right? You can get some on 10-3 some good stuff, and then on 10-6 you're gonna get the piece of the comp almost guarantee. So yeah. Tuma, you have Mutanus.
I haven't played that hero. I don't know. It's trash, but maybe if you hire all coils, you can eat some trash. Eat some. I would say trash.
I think so too. So, Eddie, did you correct? Are you making the case that Mutanus is playable?
I mean, if you hit beleaguered battlers in your turn 1, turn 2 shops, it's C tier, and if you don't, it's trash. But I'm never gonna pick Mutanus praying that it's a C tier hero, so it just belongs in trash.
Yeah, I don't care enough about Mutanus to argue that it's not a trash hero.
Yeah.
Okay, Tuma, you're gonna get one more. Let's go, Sire Denathrius. Tuma get like Tess, like Sire Denathrius, like only super interesting one. Like he's actually lucky. Let's go, Sire.
That is really interesting. I mean, I mean, last Char game was like unplayable stuff, but two options is just sometimes you have a concede turn 1 because you just don't want to play a game and you have no hero power. But general, I still think it's C tier rather than B.
Okay, Eddie, what do you think?
I'm a Sire junkie.
Yeah, me
So,
too. Me too.
I don't know. I feel like I never don't take Sire. So that's a minimum A tier then for me, if not S tier.
When you play this game for like so many hours, you just want some dopamine rush. Like, let's get so fucking
You
lamps.
just can't. I just can't help but like see Sire take Sire.
So you want lamps and like 40 triples, and you feel good. Okay, Jiki, like, be voice of reason. Where do you put Sire?
Sire is like a 30% chance, or like no, Sire is like a 10% chance to get an easy to complete game-winning quest, and then you just you steamroll the lobby. Like a 20% to have an okay playable one, and then a 70% chance that you're just playing without a hero power. I think that puts it in like B tier. I don't think it's quite like C levels bad. It's definitely like you can say if I'm a Sire junkie, I'm putting it in A tier, but that's just because you want to play it, not because it's actually good. I think if you're looking like actually at the power level, like he's very risky because there's a pretty big chance you don't have a hero power. But when you do have a hero power, it can be like both quite good and quite fun, which I think like if you balance that out, it's probably B tier.
Okay, Thorim, Reno, Sire. So, is Sire better than Thorim?
I would pick Sire most often, but I don't know if it's better or not. Definitely worse than risking result-wise for me. But maybe I had Thorim still.
The Thorim Sire is kind of interesting. It's like, you take a gamble that you're gonna get the huge spike, but you have to survive until then. I don't know. We shouldn't rate this hero. We are all just picking him because he's interesting. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, in power level, he's probably close to like the rest of B tier, I think. On average, anyway. He's very swingy, which you could argue should put him lower, right? Because if you do just play without a hero power, that's very bad. But I don't know. If you're still gonna pick him very often, it can't be that bad.
I think that like 10-20% is correct, but I think there's also like another 20% that you can do the turtle. Like you pick the tempo quest, you do the turtle.
Yeah, I've done that. Where
like
I've gone
yeah, top 4 is not out of question when you turtle.
Like I did like an evil twin, which was like hard to complete, but I just, stayed on Tavern Tier 2, made a giant grave gobbler, and then just evil twinned that until I got second place, that kind of thing. Like that does also happen.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Like it's not like it's not top 1 or top 8. I think it's like more of top 1, top 6 in this
Yeah.
Way. Yeah. Okay. Is it better than Thorim, Eddie?
I think it's probably better than Thorim, yeah.
Yeah, they're just fucking junkies. Okay. Next one is so we did Stuma, now it's Jukirek with the Faelin.
I really like Faelin right now because he's 18 armor. But also because you have that like guarantee of seeing what's in front of you and the potential to power level, right? Whether you end up going for it or not, you at least have like this guarantee of if I'm gonna level, I'm gonna get this thing. And I really like Mercules as a card right now, and Faelin makes me want to buy Mercules more often, which is great. So I would argue he's A tier.
Eddie, because you are also a fan of Faelin.
I would even go as far as to put Faelin in S tier. Just because with the 18 armor and everything Jake Kirk was just saying, I like it more than I think Omo is a good comparison just because they're both heroes that you want to power level with pretty hard. And Faelin just comes with 10 more armor and the foresight of knowing what free 6-drop you're gonna get.
There is a little bit of a downside of if you get offered shitty 6s, then you'll get what you'll get, but you'll also know that it's bad, so you can't really use it that well. But I'm not sure how much that should influence the ranking.
I mean, you probably pick the hero when it's good 6-drops.
Yeah, but like even in lobbies with good 6-drops, I get offered Fort, Worgen, and whatever the fuck, right? Like it's still very easy to miss even in lobbies with good 6s.
Yeah, I think also like sometimes like people just pay so much for tempo. It's hard to get to 6 unless you get good 6-drop.
Yeah.
Right. So
I would
go ahead,
say
Timo.
it's A tier, and I would say it's better than Brann, but worse than Barov. So almost correct place right now. Definitely worse than Omu, but I think it's ridiculous when you can actually see discover 6 and make your game plan considering that.
Okay, so high A tier, and we can discuss more later.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's Eddie with Sherlock Holmes.
I guess for me, probably somewhere in low B tier. I don't love the hero, obviously. It's not ever going to be like my first choice going into a lobby.
I'm just not happy to see this hero. I will put him in the high C tier if there is a high C tier. Like 8 armor, like come on.
Yeah, he was so nice when he had like 12 armor, and it was just, you get extra econ, you're not that squishy, it's probably fine. Now he has 8 armor, and it just suddenly feels way worse.
Yeah.
He definitely feels worse, no doubt about that.
I think it's C tier as well, because yeah, it's just 8 armor is so less.
I think top of C tier, probably.
Yeah.
This is one of the heroes that can be balanced by armor simplay, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like Ragnaros. Okay, so I have the Sylvanas. I think she's playable, barely, but playable. She's playable. Like 18 armor. You get 18 armor, and the hero power is not that bad.
Yeah.
If you can level quite aggressively with her, hero power is not that bad. You can sometimes decide to take damage just so you can get hero power value. Like Coroller is really good after you lose, and this is kind of similar. Decent synergy with dragons, like you can get the dragon opener. Just don't do Rafaam care. I just level on 10-2. Then I try to maybe pick up good unit, maybe some spell, and then you can level on 10-4 to Tavern 3, and then you can pick up some stuff. I think she's quite like she's playable hero. I'm never happy to see her, but I don't think she is like Rakanishu.
I can see that she is fine.
Eddie, Jikirek? Or is it
I
trash
played
game?
her exactly once, and it was a pretty bad game that was at least still a 5th. But it never felt like it was enough strength from hero power that I could actually like power level with it. But it's definitely like it's definitely in C tier, not in trash tier, but it is bad.
It's a hero power that you have.
Yeah, like it's cheap enough that you can press it, and it does enough that you care about it. But I wish I had a hero power that like actually helped me do things instead.
Yeah, bottom of C seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tuma, you have the Director.
Trash.
Okay, so you get the bonus one. Do we all agree? I mean, 7 armor, like come on.
I've seen people pick it.
Yeah.
I don't think they should, but I've seen people pick it.
I mean, this makes no
What do you
sense,
wanna
right?
get?
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
I don't think it
Arthur.
should have 7 armor at all. I think it's trash, but I have actually seen like good players pick it, and I still don't get why.
I could pick it with 17 armor, but not with 7.
No, with 17 you will pick this. With 17 you will pick this. Because you can buff the turtle, you can make the big snapjo. Okay, so Tuma, you get bonus, Maiev. Eddie's like waste of time.
Maiev is really good with spells when you can buy one spell and hero power spells and stuff, so it's definitely A tier for me, and maybe close to E.T.C and Panda. You don't play definitely anymore like you used to be at you when I at that golden one drop and discover high tier minion. You can play almost normal curve as well, and still be strong when you have extra minions and stuff. So.
I really like her because she fits the meta, discover 6-drop, right? She dies like one out of 6-7 games. You probably just die before you can discover 6-drop and you have to change the plan. I tend to pick her with high quality 6-drops and do well. Like 15 armor, you can pick up Apples, which actually is no longer backed. Which is no longer backed. Like the hero just fits the meta. You can do a lot of guys.
And I mean in the games where you have to like deviate, where you can't go for the 6s, you can often still easily do well, right? Like we said, like Reno, if you go for the 6 and you miss, you kind of just die. But I think Maiev, if you notice that like the game is going wrong, you're losing too much health, you can just kind of abort mission, roach, and still do well, which is like very valuable too, because top 8ing sucks.
Eddie, what do you
and
think?
like her hero power doesn't
really
suck as
like
much
Maiev.
now, right? Late game, you can hero power high cost spells.
Yeah, that's sweet as well. Eddie, go ahead, please.
I was saying I'm a big fan of Maiev. Like, I think it makes sense to be in like low A tier for me,
Yeah, I like Maiev as well.
or somewhere in A tier, not even necessarily low. Like I probably take it over Brann and Onyxia a lot of times.
Same.
Yeah, she's quite good. Quite good. Let's put her in the kind of high A tier. Okay, we have whom? Greg?
Oh, it's me. I can put Rafaam in trash.
I don't disagree. I don't think
I don't think it's playable
Yeah,
anymore.
I agree.
The hero power does nothing and you don't have armor. Alright. Finley. What? I don't know how to rate Finley. Actually, no, I do. Finley
has to
is
be.
low 8 tier. I think.
Low A?
Yeah. Low A, high B.
Yeah, I think it's high B more. Look at, okay, we can actually look how many bad heroes out there, do the math, and you know.
I mean, you get to discover, right? Like, so on average, you get like the top third of the heroes. Like Finley, on average, should be at. Actually, it should be slightly better, right? Because most of the heroes that are good are also lower armor at a base level. So on average, you get the like top a third of heroes plus some extra armor. So like the cutoff where a third of the heroes are is actually probably somewhere in like high B tier in the end.
I think for the viewers, we should put him in high B tier, not A tier, because they can get debated too often.
Yeah.
True. That's a good point. That's a good reason to put it in high B.
Like they're gonna get debated, and you need some experience.
Yeah.
Like you
need to realize that you should probably take an okay hero over Finley.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to high roll it.
Yeah, you don't always get the Gallywix.
Yeah.
If only you could put commentary on there that said like just hit forehead, then it would be fine. To put an S tier.
Get good.
Because it's just 12 armor galley.
I see hilarious. Okay, you give the spicy one, Idora. Eddie, let's go.
Edora's a little tricky. I think it's better than it probably gets credit for these days. Looking at what we have in B tier, there are several heroes there that I'll take Eudora over. So I feel like it belongs somewhere in B tier.
Tuma, what do you think?
I think it's B tier. Recently, I have picked Earl a few times, and I have hero powered twice. And I have hero powered turn 1 already. So it is when Beastar mechs are in, you can hero power and get discover 4 drop. So I have some good games with Earl.
Yeah, I think you can go for the fast dig. I did that. It's not that terrible. I will pick her in good 5-drop lobbies, like Pyra's Elemental. So I want to get Master of Rarity Sunstone Drake stuff, or I want to get the Smuggler Pirate stuff. Like 19 armor, it's not that few.
Yeah, but still probably low B tier for me.
I pretty much always pick her in 6-drop lobbies.
So
like dig slightly slower and then get like a turn 7 or turn 8 6-drop instead.
Okay.
This could be EU stuff. Audio, if you try that, you probably die. I mean, at least when I play. Because I actually have insane games, but I just cannot go for a 6-drop. I always think how to do that. I just cannot go on a 6-drop on Idara.
I have never dig first 6-drop as well. So
like EU right now is very roachy.
Yeah.
It's very roachy.
That's why I have actually
even in the 6-drop lobbies.
Everyone's roaching. Everyone's
why would it be roaching in 6-drop lobbies?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
Ask them.
It's always Rafaam gourmet over 4 or 5 for me.
Yeah, I'll go either fast into 4-drop and then or look for the good 5-drops. But you know, I don't know. I would pick. I want to say I would probably pick Hogar over her. Like I probably pick Hogar over Idora.
I wouldn't, but
okay. So once, like, I'll probably C tier Idora, but okay. So you guys want her in a B tier, right?
I mean, I want her in like, yeah, in B tier, I think.
Middle in the pack or the bottom?
On the bottom.
Bottom, yeah.
Eddie?
Yeah, I agree.
Who is now? I forgot.
Does it matter?
You, I think.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Let's go. Can I go back to back? I can go back to back.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
You cannot go back to back.
No.
Okay.
And you can't put Nas in trash anyways.
What?
I would also argue that I'd probably take Wagtoggle over Sylvanas just because it's scaling that's free.
Yeah, I think Wagtoggle belongs in C tier as well.
No, I don't think so. Like
free stats are free stats.
You cannot force the synergy with her, right? You want to force Beast, you want to force Nagas, you want to force Dragons. Like she's become
no, like the only thing that matters is the early game. Like you get free stats so you don't lose your fights, and then you do whatever.
Also matter over Wagtoggle.
Yeah, I okay. Tuma, trash or C?
Trash for sure.
Okay, Eddie. Eddie said C tier, right?
Yeah, like I was just using the specific comparison of Sylvanas that I don't think I can put Sylvanas in C and not have. Like I think Wagtoggle is better than Sylvanas.
Hot take.
I think they both suck, but I don't like spending on money on gold or spending gold on buffs when I can get them for free.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so that's my okay. So Tuma, you take Nosdormu. That was a legit hero, so Tuma, you take Nosdormu.
Storm is interesting. You can easily high roll with that. You can by double spell turn 1 and stuff. Lately, my games haven't been so good. Nos, B tier for sure, but I don't really know really bottom or middle. But, maybe you can tell.
Eddie, what do you think?
I think that makes sense for me having it towards the bottom of B tier. Yeah. And even in there are heroes like Death Speaker, Brukan, sometimes Voon, probably taking it over Togwaggle. Like, I do think there's a lot of value associated with just being able to like find some of the key cards with those extra rolls early. It's particularly good for forcing Quillbore.
It just fits with how it just fits with how roachy the early game is, right? Like you have to hit the specific like strong synergy early, or you're gonna take it really hard. And Nos just gets that synergy more often. He doesn't do much after that, but I think that's still a good like B tier hero.
Fun fact for the chat: 3 years ago, Nosdormu and Rafaam used to be S tier. 3 years ago, both Nosdormu and Rafaam were S tier. Insane how power level went up. I hate Nosdormu. That's why I wanted to put him in touch. I don't think he's. I think I picked some C heroes over Nosdormu. Just you don't hit token on turn 1 and then you wonder why you pick that hero. I just hate him with passion. But democracy.
You can very often like buy a spell on turn 1 and then roll as well.
Yeah.
And then buy another spell.
I guess that's true. I did. Okay, that's true. Okay. Low BTR
But
for
anyway.
me is too high, but I'm just biased. I just hate the hero. Now we have Jikirek on Yogg.
Okay. Yogg is a massive benefactor of spells, right? And that you can fit in extra spells with your hero powers early game, like similar to Rat King, but slightly worse. I really like Yogg, but also I don't pick him that often. Which I guess probably means he belongs in B tier. But I'm tempted to almost put him in A. That I think he's just like that good with spells. Like a single them apples, and you can close your eyes and you can wake up leveling to tier 5, still at the same health total basically.
I feel like it seems out of place in A. I do agree with what a lot, like it's another one of those. It's better than a lot of people give it credit for, but it feels like it belongs somewhere in B.
Yeah, that's fair. Like if it's high in B, I think that's an alright, a good place as well.
Yeah, I don't think Yogg is A tier hero because the random effect that extra stats and 2-cost hero power. So
we can go for Xyrella. We're gonna skip a bit. We can go for Xyrella. So Xyrella is very similar to Yogg. Is Xyrella
Like way
A tier?
worse.
Or
She's
worse?
way worse than Yogg.
yeah, I think so.
Like I
too,
think the
because-
hero power is worse, and she has less armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a bonus for Jikirek. So like low B tier,
I put it in C.
high C tier.
Like
Okay.
8 armor just sucks
Yeah.
so much.
She used to be really good with high armor, but they
Yeah.
over nerf armor for sure.
Yeah.
Eddie?
Kind of same than the herot next to it. That
Yeah, that
an extra
seems
extra
fine.
quote, 8 armor and 8 armor and a little bit extra economy. But
it definitely doesn't feel good to play Xyrella.
yeah.
She's also more awkward with apples. For sure.
Yeah.
We have now Eddie with Kaltas.
Bottom of C tier somewhere, or maybe. Yeah, probably bottom half of C tier, maybe middle of C tier. I don't know.
Kaltas Eddie done. Let's go.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk about Kaltas, but it's
I
not.
mean, it's like I'm tempted to put it in trash, but I see that it's slightly better than trash, I guess. So sure, go next.
Okay, Malygos is trash.
No, it's not.
Come on. Okay, Jikirek, then you have to defend the boy.
I mean, Malygos is just not trash.
Yeah.
I think
Like
this is
with
Rag level. This is Rag, Gav, and Malygos going.
No way. No way.
Get a coffee together. That's how bad it is.
Like with the extra strength you can get out of changing tier 1 econ, you can, and with the like necessity of hitting good like 2-drops right now, I think Malagos is way better than he's been in like months.
Yeah, high trash.
No, I would put him in B tier.
B?
I understand that you
Eh.
dislike him, and it might not end
B.
up in B tier at the end, but I would put him in B tier.
I never
No.
seen Malagos in my lobby get higher than
No.
8.
Okay, check my VOD from yesterday. Final game.
I was watching that game. I was watching that game a bit. You pick him with confidence. That's why I asked this any defender. Okay, Eddie, what do you think? Come on, Eddie.
I don't like Malagos. I definitely wouldn't put it in trash tier. But I don't think I can see putting it in B tier either.
How is Malagos better than Cyrella and Sherlock Holmes? Like, no fucking way.
I think Zarella is just like, horrible, to be honest.
She's solid. She's solid. If there's a lot of eco, you fill your board very fast. Get some pairs.
Yeah, but if you got a lot of econ, then you can get econ on Malagos and then transform them so you don't lose your fights and still get the money.
But she can triple buy more often than Malagos. Like there's the chief choice, you get the droplet, you suddenly have the full board. Like on 10-4, you can. Like I have often the games with like front rig opener. I have 7 units on 10-4 with her.
Yeah, but you've got a board full of small crap, right? Like Malagos doesn't have a full board, but it has a board of better minions. Like it's still stronger even though it's not a full board.
It's not a guarantee. You get 1/1s a lot and then you go.
I mean, it's only like Picky Eater that's bad. The other 1/1s are good minions. Right? If you transform into a front drake turn 1, that's fine. If you transform into a surf and surf, that's fine.
Yeah, but front drake on turn 3, are you happy?
I mean, on turn 3, just re-roll it again. But also on turn 3, you're probably hero powering 2-drops, right? Like you wanna either get econ turn 1 and then 2-on-2, or you wanna Jeeve curve it. Either way, starting turn 3, you're hero powering 2-drops to get the tier 2 synergy.
Okay, Malagos or Mukla? I mean, I know
Malagos, definitely. Yeah.
Eddie, Tuma?
I would like to pick either of them, but maybe I don't know. Maybe Mukla more, but Malagos is definitely C tier. No B tier, no trash, but I can see.
Okay, so Eddie breaks the tie. Eddie, you decide where we do put it.
Between Malagos and Mukla?
No, where to put it? I mean, yeah, you can also answer the question for sure.
I mean, yeah, like I don't know that I can see putting Malagos in B tier. Like I think Nas is. Those are actually two very good heroes to compare to one another for me. Like they both have a 0-cost hero power, and they both have almost identical armor. And to me, I will take Nas. I would say probably 100% of the time, no matter what the hero options are, or the tribe options. I mean.
Okay, so C tier. You can you can bump him to B tier if you want.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Okay, who is next? I had the Malagos, right? So now it's Tuma? Or did we skip someone?
It's not trash, but too bad mechs are trash, so it's so much weaker than it would be. So low C tier is fine, I think.
Are we sure he's not trash?
I mean, you get +8/+4. I think on 10-7 you can hero power +8/+4, and you can hit the cleave or like good divine shield.
Yeah,
that's
you can
tiny bit of tempo.
choose the
but
target.
It's less stats than Sylvanas, and you have to buy a minion with it.
You can choose the target. So I think it's better than.
Yeah, but there is. I think the Blade Corrector, Deflector, those two are the prim target. That makes this. If you can target and find those, but you never want to play Deflector pretty much. And Blade Corrector is a good argument. Like instantly becomes strong, right? Blade Collector buffed, you're gonna reduce a lot of damage. 17 armor as well. I think it's playable, not the trash. But I'll probably I'll pick him over Sylvanas and Quack Toggle.
Same.
Eddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I would agree that I would end up taking it over those two heroes, Sylvanas and Togwaggle. So that's Wag Toggle.
Yeah, Wactoggle. Yeah.
Alright, that's C tier.
Spicy. Okay, so now we have Jikirek, Galakrond. That's a
Galakrond.
very interesting one. That's a very interesting one.
I think Galakrond is a solid A tier. Like, in lobbies where 6s are good, Galakrond is just an insta-pick for me. You have so much armor, and you don't lose that much health early game most of the time. And just, like, you have, you know, Ignition Specialist as a hit that wins you the game. You have Tethys as a hit that usually wins you the game. You have Eliza that means you're solidly, like, top 3 on turn 5, basically, that kind of thing. And then a lot of the fallback options are just not that bad, right? Like, if you have to take an Eternal Summoner, you're not sad. If you have to take a Goldrin, I had to do that. You have to take a Goldrin, it's just honestly not bad, right? You think of Goldrin as, like, you need to have all the synergy, but if it's turn 5 and you have a Mana Saver, suddenly you don't lose your fight anymore, that kind of deal.
Yeah, I think it's really good. You can make almost everything work.
And 6s are good, you can easily put it around that. You can even win with Galakrond, you can even win game with 4th.
Okay, Galakrond or Maiev? That's kind of interesting one.
Probably Galakrond.
Yeah.
They're good in similar lobbies, but Galakrond is just, like, more consistent, I think.
Eddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about it. I would probably agree there that more often than not, I would end up taking Galakrond over Maiev.
For the chat, you have to kind of think which units to buy. Always hero power on 1, and you kind of have to prepare yourself for your out. So you like on that, because you can get Kaltuzad, and if you get Raisin Rider, you can triple that Raisin Rider using Kaltuzad, for example. So you get additional triple and stuff. So with perfect play, Galakrond becomes really good. Say for info for the chat. That's why we value him highly. Because you can kind of prepare for the stuff you're gonna discover. You can also often pick like Champion of Primus, even like Smuggler, the Pirate one. You can also, in rare cases, pick up even Sporebat. Do you guys pick up the Sporebat, by the way, on 10-3?
Not anymore. Because, like, it used to... actually, no. Previously, I wouldn't either. It's... Well, okay, it depends if there's dragons in the lobby. Like, if there's dragons in the lobby, I'm just going to take the shot at Ignition Specialist every time. But if they're out, I probably would be more tempted to pick the Sporebat.
We pick the Scout on 10-2. That's very interesting.
Yes.
I usually do also. I prefer what is it, 2 6s on 7
Same.
versus 1 on 5.
The problem with that is that you can also have 1 on 5 and 1 on 7 if you skip the Scout by leveling to 4, hero powering, and freezing on turn 6.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't like the Scout myself. I tried it and it was kind of underwhelming. Yeah, we exclude tier 7 lobbies, obviously, but
yeah, it of course depends. If people play more tempo and you have scout on board and you use even more gold to hero power, so it's so bad tempo you can also die that way. But I still like the scout.
Okay, so relatively high A tier, we all agree. That's a good hero because a lot of armor and 6 drops are very good. Now we have whom? Eddie? This is Eddie? Or did I skip
Eddie on Galewing.
Galewing, I guess, feels a little bit tricky. 8 armor is terrible. It's kind of tribe specific or tribe dependent. Kind of feels like it belongs somewhere in low B tier.
How do you play Galewing right now?
I did.
I'm only playing it if it's a Cold War lobby.
You can get apples sometimes. And go for a gold, maybe. But that has to have, like, you can buy unit freeze the apples, like get the apples on turn 2, but it's kind of awkward. You cannot level to 3 anymore, I think. You just die.
Yeah.
I pretty much always go for the 2/3 hero power line. So you have 7 gold on turn 3, so you can get a 1-cost spell and double buy.
Yeah, I also kind of
and
like
then,
it all.
and then you can level on turn 4, level on turn 5, and then start off turn 6 on tier 4 with the Discover. I really like that line right now.
I mean, it's better than Nosdormu, right?
Yeah. I do think it's B tier just because 8 armor sucks, but yeah, I don't think it's bottom. I think it's higher in B tier.
It's like bad cookie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dislike Cookie right now, as you have noticed. So I think they're super. I would almost pick Gilwing over Cookie in a lot of lobbies.
Cookie get the Quillbore boost, so you can.
Yeah, Cookie got the Quillbore boost, so fine. But outside of those lobbies, I think I would pick Gilwing over Cookie.
Okay, Galwing or Isharash?
You mean Yogg?
Yogg, yeah. I'm just fucking idiot.
That's super type dependent. They're similar.
Okay, so like kind of relatively high beat here for Jikirek. Eddie,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, I think middle of B tier seems fine.
Okay.
I would take it over Ysera, so.
Okay,
but my feelings on that hero are not hidden exactly.
Don't you worry, I'm gonna boost Ysera to S tier. I mean, I'm gonna use 2. I'm gonna use 2 to boost her to S tier. I mean, you cannot do that, but okay. I take Alex. So personally, I think Alex is like a bit worse than Ysera, but really good. Like, I'm not unhappy because the odds of getting specialists, like, you get specialists, you get a game, right?
I mean, the odds of getting any tier 6 is really high because there's 4 of them.
And you can also, Sunstone Drag is kind of like a 6-drop if you have the elementals in.
True.
Right? It's as good as, it's better than RIV Phalanx. It's probably better than Warping. Sunstone Drag is insane.
Yeah.
So she's probably like, for me, personally, I will have Ysera higher. We're gonna talk about it. And I'll probably have Alex very close by. 17 armor is not that low as well.
Yeah.
And like Ignition Specialist is just a fucking nuts. You recover tempo immediately. And 10-7, you get 2 random to get spells out of it. You just 10-8, you are super strong. But there is randomness. And that's why I like Ysera more. There is more consistency. Eddie, another dragon to raid for you? Make for you?
Sorry, that cut out.
Alex for you.
Alex, you're asking about Alex? Yeah, I don't love it. I would definitely never take it over Chenvaala. So,
but
I would pick it over Chenvaala.
Fine.
Okay, beat here. Okay. So, Two-man, do you agree?
That's fine. It's fine.
She's playable. She's at least playable. You're not unhappy to see her, and you can high roll. You can win the lobby. So that's why I think this could be even higher. Like, for me, it's kind of high because I can win the lobby with this hero.
Yeah.
And if not, then I immediately switch after my hero power wave. I play for not to lose MMR.
Yeah.
So 10-7 or 10-8 at worst, you're gonna know what's up.
Yeah, you are still, even if you get only 2 gold from hero power, you're still tier 5, and you're most likely not dying next 2 turns. So.
Yeah. Okay, so Tuma, you have Deathwing.
I haven't played it.
No one did.
It's trash for me.
Yeah, last time I played Deathwing was when Lubber was still, Lubber, just so that I could get attack on my tier 2 cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
you don't want to put opponent's part as well.
Tuma, you get the bonus one, Hook Test. Interesting one.
I have played Hook Test a few times lately, but I feel it's you need so many tokens economy tier 1s. Otherwise, it's really, really bad. So City is fine.
Hooktas Malagos, which one do you pick?
If all the economies are in, I pick the hook task, but kind of similar heroes.
Eddie?
Not really good one.
Yeah, I don't love it either. I would say that's another one that feels pretty comparable. I guess with the right tribes, it's still, I think, moves maybe a little higher up in C tier just because you can milk like Shell Collector and Busker, but you're never really thrilled about it either.
Okay, Jikirek, do you pick Malagos, your B tier hero, or Hooktas?
Oh yeah, I pick Malagos pretty much every time. Not literally every time. Like I'm pretty sure there's like a 5% of lobbies where Hooktusk is better, but I would pick Mali over it. I do think Hooktusk is playable, but it is worse than Mali.
Okay, so C tier.
Yeah.
Okay, you have now Professor Putricide.
S tier?
Oh, that's a hot take.
Good.
Okay.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think it's just S tier.
I think so. I think so too.
I mean, I guess for an explanation, it's guaranteed to give you strong tempo in the early game. You have chances to get the economy undead, right, which just boosts you along. And even if you miss, you're still very strong on a very high armor hero, and you can just level and do whatever you want afterwards.
Yeah. Do you hero power turn 2 if you don't have token?
I usually hero power turn 2. Like, I need to get a specific shop that makes me want to go 3-on-3 instead. Just because it's so good if you hero power on turn 2.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts.
So for the
Really,
chat, you hero power on turn 2 on Tavern 1 because we can get Egg with Reborn. Egg spawns at 3/3, so you get a lot of sets. And then you can level to Tavern 4, and then so you're gonna level on turn 3 and 4 and 5, and then you're gonna cook on Tavern on turn 6. I often go 3-on-3 on this hero. He was performing quite well. I definitely have him A tier, but S tier is a bit too much for me personally. What do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, S tier does feel aggressive with it. I am an Putricide in a lot of ways feels like Sire to me, just in the sense that like I'm just gonna take it because I can't wait to see what my hero power is gonna give me. Like you go into every game, like surely I'm gonna get Coin Reborn on my first one. I can't imagine ever taking Putricide over Faelin with the right tribes in.
Yeah, I think also I probably pick Omo. I probably pick Lord Barrow even. If I don't stream, I will play Lord Barrow for sure. I think I have Putricide like Maiev Galakrond here, like high armor.
Okay, that means you're going 3-on-3 too much.
Oh, I did egg strat as well.
No, but especially like Eddie with the Sire comparison. I think if you're like going for I can get the cool thing. If you just take egg, you will win. It is
but
good.
you don't guarantee egg, right? It's not a guarantee egg.
It's very high odds, and the bad options.
75%.
There's harmless bonus. Yeah, but
that's 75% to hit and to hit egg reborn, right? Because I think there's four. You can only get it on the first choice, and there is like 4 of them on the first choice.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's very high odds, right? Like, what has those high odds to have such a good impact in the early game? It's nothing, right? Nothing else has such good odds to be that strong.
So we have a tie. So let's put him at the top of A tier, and we can buff him. Maybe bottom S tier. That's for some spice on Twitter. Let's go. I'm probably gonna leave him here because like I have him like high A tier. You have guys lower S tier. It's worse than Shudderwock, right? That we can agree.
Yeah.
Like sneaky S tier. He definitely was performing really well for me. And the sweets, like, if you can level to Tavern 6, save 1 creation and find Kel'Thuzad, you can do nasty stuff.
Yeah. You
I
can
had,
do a
like,
lot of like reborn poison, like not
Yeah.
reborn venom, but just reborn poison and then destroy it and then give it reborn again, that kind of thing.
Even Stealth Summoner is just nuts with Cult.
True.
Like, you cannot get griefed, it's just all the value. You're like Greybow. You're basically a Greybow with summoners. Okay, so we had Putricide Jikirek, so now we have Eddie with Millhouse. Hopefully I didn't skip anyone.
I have quite a love-hate relationship with Millhouse. I do feel like with Demon, Ellie, Pirate in, where you have, all the free roll options and then like all the pirate upside, it feels like it's probably either at the like very top of A tier or bottom of S tier. Honestly, you could argue that it's the second best hero in the game behind Galley and Perfect Tribes.
Yeah.
He suffers a lot more from Imperfect Tribes, though.
I think it's too dependent for the freight, because if you don't hit freight, it's so painful to play it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it doesn't even get near S tier if Ellie's aren't in the lobby, right? So that's one. Talk about a one tribe attached to one hero.
And even in those lobbies, I think it's just worse than Galley is, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, there's also a huge nerf, right? They removed the book, the feat
True.
refreshes.
Yeah.
That's a huge nerf for the hero.
Yeah.
He's super good with the spells. Like, you hit apples and good luck lobby, right?
Yeah, Apple's turn 1 is disgusting. That's true.
Yeah. Like, even 10-4 apples, like, you still pick it.
Yeah, turn 4 as well.
But they removed the spell, that was huge.
Like, obviously, we know, like, without Ellie's, it is not even in the same category, but
I mean,
would anyone honestly take anything other than Galley over it with Demon, Ellie, Pirate in?
Honestly, yeah, I would pick Obu over it.
No, I would pick Gallywix Millhouse, and I'm a Millhouse gamer.
Like, as much as I believe in Millhouse, I also think in that kind of a lobby, like, Omu is good enough and consistent enough, whereas on Millhouse, if I don't find Wraith, even though Ellie's are in, I'm still gonna struggle. And it's just unnecessary. Like, that's risk I don't need to be taking.
Yeah, I think I would pick Omu over Millhouse too. But yeah, because it's
okay. So I think we talk about this. We have to have perfect tribes, like pirates, elementals, and then preferably no beasts, no undead, like no mechs. That's very few lobbies you're gonna get a super Millhouse lobby on steroids. So I think that because of that, we cannot really put him, in my opinion, in S tier, but high A tier, and then we can talk. Is it better than normal? We can leave that for later. Do you agree, guys?
It's kind of funny though. When you think about Millhouse, like literally one tribe is the difference between A or S tier and trash.
You can hit pirates.
Like if no Ellie's are in, I'm never taking Millhouse.
I have picked.
You need pirates.
I picked it.
I think
I've picked it in no Ellie lobbies, but exclusively with the idea that I'm playing for maximum tempo because I can fill my board faster than everyone else, and then I just pray that I can switch my hero power. Basically,
right?
Like it's probably a C tier hero for me if Ellie's are out, not a trash tier. But yeah, it is.
Yeah, C tier is probably fine. Yeah, trash is extreme.
Yeah, he got worse because of brag of spell. If there was still a spell, he was kind of decent because even with no elementals, like playable B tier maybe. But I think you also need the pirates. Like that's the key tribe. Like Peggy is just insane on this hero.
True. Gambler is very big too. Like just a way to hit extra econ immediately.
I did 3-on-3 on Millhouse with Gambler and was like,
oh, I did 3-on-3 on Millhouse recently with a double shell collector start. That was fun.
Yeah, I think I also had the triple. Yeah, he's just nasty. So high A tier for now. I don't think he's an S tier because it's only like pirates, elementals, and preferably no beats, mech, undead. That's the perfect lobby for him. Then you have all the better cries, and you don't have the as many roaches as well.
Yeah. That's a good place.
Okay, so I have Tavish. But it's trash. It's trash. Let's not debate people into playing this. It's no way it's playable. No, it's
I played him recently. He's trash.
I did too, but it's because my
I
stream
had
froze.
I had a screenshotable hero selection. You know, and it's so bad that I screenshot it. That's what I did, Tavish.
Okay, so I get a bonus, I guess.
Yeah.
Inch.
You get another bonus.
Should get way worse now, I think.
Yeah.
Should get way worse. Like playable. Probably better than South rank Sylvanas and Wactoggle. But
Yeah.
that's it. Like not better than the rest of the like probably not
I don't even know if I'd put it ahead of those two.
You can
Just because of
sometimes
the 8
get
armor.
you can sometimes get a good token. Like a 3-1 or Shell Collector, or sometimes you get Divine Shields.
It's really good with Front Drake, and that's about it.
Yeah, as well. Okay. So, Tuma, you have Kariel.
Trash.
Agreed.
Won't argue that. Eddie's like, I'm not gonna waste my voice for that.
Yeah, I don't care about Cariel. Trash
Okay.
is fine.
Tuma, you have the bonus HP with 15 armor. I think she has a 15 armor still.
Yeah, she does.
It's still almost trash, but maybe bottom of
Okay.
C.
Okay, Xyrella or HP? Which one do you pick?
I would probably take Lich B mostly there.
It's really similar. So maybe
Yeah, they are close.
I don't know, like 15 armor. You can. I don't know. That's a real. I'll pick probably Xyrella over. I'll probably pick Xyrella over Lich B. But they're very similar heroes. Like honestly, very similar heroes. But still, like decent C tier. We don't put C tier in order, but this is decent C tier.
Yeah. It's not particularly interesting either. Just kind of like, yeah, it's there. Lich doesn't have upside in demon lobbies. Lich has lack of downside in demon lobbies. Like, it doesn't become good, it just becomes okay, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Eddie, do you agree?
But anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it.
Okay, some cool ones. Zephyris for G-Kinect. Let's go.
Trash.
Ooh, that's a hot take. Okay, Tuma, what do you think? Tuma is not here, so we go to Eddie.
I don't know if I'd put it in trash. Feels like probably would go somewhere higher C tier.
I will have him low. I will pick him over Nosdormu. I will have like low B tier, honestly. I kind of like Zephyris. 17 armor. You press that hero power like there is no tomorrow. Like you can get the front drag, so you guarantee triples then. So that's one like with dragons, you almost guarantee triples. You discover some 4-drops. You press that hero power and then you change it. 17 armor is a lot. So you won't die.
I just don't care about pressing the hero power most of the time.
I mean, getting a 4-drops, you can hide all them. Like he can play Quillburs as well, right? You can play Quillburs to get the triples if you need be.
Yeah. I was alright,
I mean,
a little bit.
there's no way he's trash. Like he's very playable.
No way it's trash.
He's
You
very
can convince
playable.
me of C tier, yeah. Well, like
better.
initial
Most of the-
thing is
Most of the C-tier heroes, I would say.
Honestly, I would have like I don't think I
if
pick
you
a
have
single.
if you have okay 4-drops or something, you can try to level normally and then try 3-play or 4-drop or something.
this is some EU roach stuff over here.
maybe, but
Like rando tripling into 4, staying down on tier 3. Okay, dude.
No. You from 2 to you discover a 4-drop level to 4.
Yeah, on
using
turn
that tempo.
5, but like,
Right.
eh.
I don't know. I think
Like
it's
that's
good.
what I do on heroes if I'm very sad that I can't go for 6s. And Zephyrs can't go for 6s
But-
from that spot because you don't
But
have
yeah,
you
that's
Teron.
true.
But you can save 1 hero power for a 6, right? You're gonna stabilize.
Yeah, but I don't
4.
want to save a hero power for a 6 late. I want to go for an early 6 drop, and I can't do that.
You can't even get the front rake. With front rake opener, you can discover 6-drop.
With front rake opener, like Rag is a B tier hero. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but Zephyr is like really good. I think the hero is good. I mean, it's so much better than like Curator and like Inch. I mean, like Sylvanas. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, it's not even close. Eddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that there's a lot of stuff in there and see that I think it's a no-brainer. I'm a fan of Zep also for Cold War in particular. I would it does seem like you could put it ahead of like I'm probably taking it over Eudora a lot of times.
Okay, so high C tier because GKRX said trash. I said B, you said B, and Tumas said C. So high C tier.
Alright.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, Eddie, you have Teron. Really interesting one. Really strong one as well.
I don't. This one's a little bit weird for me. Like I'm not much of a fan of it. Like I put it at probably in the bottom of B tier or something.
Isn't it better than Lich King? Right?
I guess that depends on what the tribes are. Like Terran's obviously is particularly good if you're trying to play like beasts on tier 6, Gold Rune stuff. Whereas I think Lich King is better for like early game tempo with stuff like Eternal Knight, Piper, whatever else.
I don't know. I rate Teron higher than Lich King.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
I would probably want to put it in A tier even.
I think it's better than Greybow, better than Reno, but maybe maybe bottom of E tier.
There's some cute synergy you can do with Serve and Serve, for example. Serve and Serve is insane on this hero.
Yeah.
Because you stack that Rattles and you summon more stuff. You can also, I did that with, you can actually very cute stuff. Serve and Grave Gobbler and Undead, you can actually triple the crap. I did that. You can actually triple the crap.
Interesting.
It's legit. It's actually legit. You go for Serve, Grave Gobbler and Undead, you're actually gonna get crab on board, you can triple that. Almost guarantee, because you roll for Undead on board that you can eat. So if you, I get to triple that game, because I had the Bonehead, Grave Gobbler and Serve, the Dream, but you get additional triple with that. It's not a meme, right? It's not that hard to find those units on between 10-1 and 5. That boosts the hero for me. It's kind of hilarious.
I've never seen that work.
I actually did that. It's
that
kind of hilarious.
Is that
it's
a
not
bug?
No, because you put that Rattle
Because shouldn't it be
into
the same as Lich King? Like you can't, Lich King Gobbler doesn't do anything.
I think I did that with Grave Gobbler. I didn't get, okay, so maybe okay, so let me think. Did I do this with Grave Gobbler? I did it with the 4-drop. Maybe I did it with 4-drop. I'm just misremembering and baiting you guys and wasting your time.
Has to be
Yeah, I don't think it works with Grave Gobbler.
I think it was with 4-drop. I think it was maybe with 4. I have the VOD somewhere. Maybe I just forgot. Okay, so never mind. Okay, so we're gonna edit that out. Don't you worry, guys. I'm I'm gonna mute myself for the next 5 minutes.
I still do think that
trying
like
to debate us.
yeah. I still do think that like the late game upside of Teron is big enough that it's significantly above like Greybow and Lich King.
Okay, high B tier, and maybe we buff him to A tier. We all think about it. Who is now? Who is now?
I can't remember.
I think I am. Maybe Eddie. Eddie, did we skip you?
Oh yeah, Eddie did Teron, so yeah, you can do.
Yeah, I did Teron.
Trash. Unless you can do the Quillbars on him, so maybe make him playable.
Still kind of trash with the Quillbor thing.
Yeah, there's like only Landflapper Quillbor that this hero is playable, I think.
And it's not even good when it does that. I would just put it in trash to prevent people from picking it.
Eddie?
I get it. If we actually care about trying to prevent people from doing something stupid and taking it when they don't know why they're taking it, I guess we can put it in trash. But I say let the plebs get wrecked if they try and do something they can't understand. It's very good for Smudger and that specifically.
Yeah, I think it'd be decent for Smudger.
Just like it used to be good in Perfect Lubber Lobby still after the nerf.
Exactly. Let's debate people, I think. What do you guys think?
Fine.
We are reasonable enough and responsible enough. This the whole tier list, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tuma, you have Mr. Florg.
I have played Flurgle 2000 yesterday. If pirates are Elesarin, it's definitely A tier hero. Even high A tier hero.
Okay, Jikirag, what do you think?
What? I disagree a lot. I feel like he is exclusively playable if you have like those supporting economy types in, and even then he's not like A tier good. I feel like he's B tier good if you have those extra econ types in. So like overall I'd even put him in C.
I think I'm with Jay Carrick on this one. I don't really ever want to play Flurgle.
Like your early game is just so bad. And then you need to hit Bream counter basically. I don't know. It feels really bad to play.
Okay, maybe I just high roll it, so maybe B tier is fine.
I think it's a Gallywix, right? It's exactly Gallywix, but you get less gold if you think about it. Right? You get just less gold. Because it's so far.
Yeah.
Gallywix get 5 gold. You can get at best 3 gold if you get the Murloc.
Well,
at best.
At
right?
best, you can get way more because you can get Primal Fin into Tad stuff, right? But
yeah, so that's why it's probably tight. I mean, you can get 3 gold if you get the stuff you want, and sometimes you get lookouts, and sometimes you get that.
I would put it in C tier though. Still.
Early game is so miserable for me on this hero. Like it's so miserable early game that 16 armor is just not enough. I'll put him I'll pick Zephyrus over Florg, I think. So Eddie gonna break the tie.
I said I gotta let the dog. I mean, I'd say the lower.
Okay, sure, Eddie. So
the
okay,
lower we want to push Flurgle down, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so let's put him next to Zephyrus. Do you guys agree? Tuma, you can use fine. You can buff him tier list.
Sure.
Tuma. You can do that. Sorry, my comes. You can buff him if need be, but I like it's just miserable experience in early game. It's just I'll probably pick Zephyrus, right? Okay, so Eddie's
that means I get to put patches in trash. Let's go.
S tier hero.
Trash.
I'm gonna edit this out so we can put him in trash. Yeah, I think it's trash. Hogger is so much better. And Hogger is just
isn't even that good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not enough armor. Once again, the story is very same. This hero, good hero power, just need more armor, like 14, 16, maybe 18, and the hero will be just probably too good. I mean, not too good, but pretty good.
Like playable, you know.
At
I
18 armor,
guess.
at 18 armor is probably really good.
Yeah. All right. I guess next one, Jailer, also trash.
Back to back. So we have Jandis.
Ooh, I like Jandis. Like actually, I like not just like in general, but I kind of like Jandis right now, even though I feel like it's underplayed. I think it's a B tier hero, just because it's so versatile. It's never like outstandingly fantastic, but you just have 18 armor, and you can kind of make everything slightly better. Like whatever you hit becomes slightly better when you're Jandis.
I mean, 18 armor, and there is very cute synergy with Pikita and maybe some apples. You can package Feldrake as well.
Yes.
There are ways to save MMR with Jandis. And on rare occasion, you will get like Lilac Elemental. It's mostly demons. She's like bad Shudderwock, I would say.
Yeah. Well, she's bad Shudderwock unless you like want to go like Naga stuff as well, and you want to swap spellcrafts, that kind of thing. Or if you're going beasts and you swap the Sprightly Scarab, the Reborn Giver, like no other hero can repeat Reborn like Jandis can.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of ways to save MMR with her. Like 18 armor, you're gonna find something to swap. And she's probably good with demons. Like you can actually do some stuff. Like try to win a lobby with demons in.
Yeah.
I mean, these demons are quite weak, but sometimes you also mention like if you get the Brann on this hero,
Oh yeah, if you get Brann, it's GG.
like you can actually do some nasty stuff.
Yeah. Even like Brann Primal Fin stuff with Bream Counter base skill, like that used to be what you wanted on Jandis. Now like Primal Fin is kind of weaker, but if you hit it on Jandis, it's still the nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Tuma, do you agree?
Yeah, B tier is even higher on B, but it's definitely B tier hero.
We're gonna order B tier in a bit, so we can fix that. Okay, so we have Warden. There's no ID, so I will take it. S tier hero, let's go. Now, I will probably pick Warden. It's kind of like Ysera. I kind of really like the hero. I'll pick Warden over Chenvaala, I would say. Not over Ysera, but over Chenvaala for sure. Like, you have a token opener, you can get quality pair. Like, you can play almost every comp if you discover a 6-drop, which you can kind of guarantee. Like, Warden is amazing at playing beasts if you get a Goldrin. Let's say you high roll the Goldrin triple. And often what I do, on turn 5, I always almost discover a 4-drop not to die. So that's my headline. Just try to get a triple, discover a 4-drop, try not to die, because on turn 6, you often want to level, roll, then try to prepare a golden 4-drop.
It's very nice if she can survive the early game.
Yeah.
And she does have like multiple ways to hit stuff, right? Like if you hit an apples, you apples a shop and then it copies the apples buff minion, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you can actually use the apple and multiply the unit using your hero power. That's a benefit. And also, like, pirates are kind of key tribe, like double Peggy or like double Balladist, and you almost never die.
Yeah.
Little bit extra armor, it would be easily A tier hero. But yeah.
Yeah.
I would put her in B tier still, because she does have like that squishiness of if you miss on that 6 and you don't immediately like copy a strong 5 to fall back on, you will just kind of get murdered, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't have extra tempo from your hero power, you just have like the ability to triple, so if those triples fail, you are just dead in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super high on Warden, but it's really hard for me, right? So that's why I need you guys. I'll probably like pick Warden almost over every B tier. Probably. Yeah. Maybe Ysera. Like I would probably have Ysera at the top, because very consistent hero. And probably had Warden. And Sire, obviously.
I mean, I wouldn't, but...
I would always pick Sire, obviously. Like we all. I'm really high on him or her. Like, I don't know. Warden is just my... But that's why we have 4 people, so we don't have biases. Okay, so B tier, like mid-pack B tier for now. Eddie maybe gonna. Also, Warden get buffed a bit with Quillbars. You can force that on Warden quite easily. Right? Like he can actually do Quillbar strat for sure. You're gonna get double Lubber, you're gonna get double Smudger, you're gonna get double stuff. And later on, like double Rylag and stuff as well. The hero is just, you can play in so many ways, I think, that make Warden good. Okay, so Tuma, you have Ticketus.
I haven't played Ticketus. I feel like the tempo from the prices is way too low, so it's bottom of C tier or even trash.
Yeah, it's definitely a debate between those two, yeah.
Yeah, if you get good on the house and stuff, you can easily would be even B tier if you get the best price all the time, but or even higher. But between C tier and trash for.
I think because of the 12 armor, it's safe to put it in trash.
Yeah, maybe.
I would put in playable, but I will never happy. I mean, I will pick this. I mean, so this is something kind of tricky. We probably will pick Ticketus at high MMR over like Sylvanas and Whack Toggle and South Rank because there is a possibility of high rolling. You can get on the house. You can get two gold coins and then survive until turn 12, get a nice block, and maybe do some plays. But
Copium strat.
The hero is bad because they over nerf the 10-4 spells. They get obliterated. There's no longer any good ones.
Yeah.
There's just coins and discover a 1-drop. And if you don't hit that, you go next.
Yep.
That's why maybe it's a trash. Let's not debate.
I mean, and then on turn 8, you can either get 5 gold discount or you can concede.
Yeah, you can get great deal on the house. Or you can get also the coin with Drakari. That's kind of sweet interaction. Drakari coin, and there's primal stuff.
It's a sweet interaction, but it's like not good enough, right?
Oh, if you get
that's
Drakari
a cool
coin,
thing.
that's super good, right? You get the 2, 4, 8. You get basically infinite gold.
Well, yeah, but that's, like starting on turn 8, you're doing that as Ticketus, and you're basically not getting a turn 8 prize. So like.
Yeah, they moved the primal stuff to Tavern 5, so we cannot even roll some dragons with primal stuff and get the coins. So yeah, it's probably trash. And S tier, let's go. And we don't. I got paid to put them in S tier.
I see.
Okay. Do you guys agree? It's maybe Jarax is.
Oh yeah, no, they're trash. They're trash.
Pyramid is not trash.
I cannot
put it back. Giga trash.
It's definitely better than most of the city. No.
I cannot put it
most
back.
Most of the city heroes.
No, Pyramid is giga trash. I don't want to put plus 4 HP on anything in the early game and pretend that that's a hero power.
Pyramid is city hero for sure. It's not joke. Okay, 14 armor is kind of less, but
I don't know. You could probably convince me that Pyramid's better than Inge.
I mean,
Pyramid,
they kind of similar. They kind of similar, but worse. Nah, he's worse than Inge.
Yeah. Inge actually gets tempo turns 1, 2, and 3 to do the same thing that Pyramid does, basically.
I won with Pyromat Buddy today, by the way. I played Sunstone Drake Master of Rarities and I built almost 2k HP Pyro chat.
I did
That's nice.
I did Pyramid Buddy with Rylak and Big Gems with Necrolite. So the Necrolite kept pinging them back and forth between different things, gaining like 1,000 health each time.
Holy
so
shit.
It just became the biggest Battle Master ever.
That's gonna be on YouTube. That's gonna be on YouTube. The big Hearthstone Battlegrounds. That's for sure gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hello, the carries. Jaraxus? Where do you pit Jaraxus?
Trash.
Trash.
Why Pyramid still trash?
Tuma, you can buff him to C tier. You have the power.
I can have it A tier.
Okay, so we are kind of done. We now gonna put the heroes in S, A, and B tier in order. Right, so let's start. The best hero in the game, Gallywix, probably all agree.
Yeah.
Second best hero, is it Ansad or Shudderwock? That's the real question.
It's Shudderwock.
I think Shudder is better.
Ends out Putricide. Are we fine with that? Okay,
Close one, but
let's keep Putricide
maybe
for
not.
now. Let's keep Putricide for now, and we're gonna order A and maybe bump down Putricide because it's kind of hot take, but probably gonna stay. Probably gonna stay in S tier. So A
I
tier,
think this is good, yeah.
best A tier hero: Millhouse, Omo, Lord Barov, or
I
Faelin.
would say Omo, because Millhouse is dependent from one tribe so much. So even if it's but really good, so good with LS, but I would say Omo is just almost every single tribes are in. So it's.
I would like to use one of my 2 bumps to put Omu into S tier.
There you
It
go.
would be actually okay. I can
Omo.
accept it.
Okay, sure. So we have that solved. So the best A tier hero, Millhouse.
Let me see. Yeah, I think that's good.
Eddie, what do you
That's
think?
fine.
Eddie also has high on Millhouse, so I think you're gonna agree. He was here for a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I just don't know if to me that's just the weird one that I think it's either S tier or like C tier based on literally elementals.
That's why we can maybe put him
So-
at high A tier. Like, if people ask, we can
Yeah.
tell that it's too much requirements tribe-wise to make him S tier hero. Like, Omo is good in almost every lobby. So is Putricide, because you get always undead with him. He's a tribe hero. And so there's a lot of good synergies. He probably needs a beast, like a Sporbat, to be S tier. But even without, you can still do stuff with him, and very, very good. Shudderwock also needs some certain tribes, but you need like demons, pirates, elemental, nagas, and quillbors now, but the quillbor buff put him second best hero.
Here's another one that I think is kind of interesting with again, but having the right tribes into. Like, I think Faelin is better than Omu with perfect tribes. Like, if you figure getting from 1 to 6, you're getting 10 free gold on Omu, and you're getting a free 2, 4, and 6 drop minion off Faelin with 10 extra armor.
But you skip turn 1, so you miss a minion there.
Yeah, but you skipped. Yeah, fair.
I think
But-
I have missed so many times even good six of Sloppies. I've missed my discover with Faelin, so I never put that before Omu. That's the reason.
So is Faelin the second best A tier?
Yeah, I think it's better than Barov.
Yeah.
Barov's-
I guess, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Lord Barrow number 3.
Yeah, that's
Lord
good.
Barrow could be S tier, but there is too much factors like apples, spells, bad players. Like on ladder,
Bad players,
think-
definitely. That's the.
like in the tournament play, it's probably easier to bet than on ladder, because
Yeah.
you can predict what people gonna do. On ladder, they just random shit org.
But in
Yeah.
serious tournaments, you'll have people delaying their leveling, which is
Yeah,
annoying.
they're gonna de-level and drop that as well, so probably unplayable in tournament. People didn't do that in Lobby Legends. People didn't do that even in Lobby Legends, from what I can recall. No one tried hard that hard. Okay.
Oh, but in Lobby Legends, it also depends like what server you're playing on, right? Like if you're playing across like half the world, you just have to
you
start
play
playing
on
your
an A.
turn immediately.
Yeah, you play on an A, you have to make the bet.
Yeah.
Always on an A. They fucking hate you, Papa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for the chat. Lobby Legends was play on an A because people from Asia want to play on an A, and people from an A wanted to play on an A. So people from EU had no voice, because even if you do the vote between the players, it's always an A. Because like most people from Japan, for example, which dominated Lobby Legends, they play on an A because they have lower ping and stuff. It's kind of insane, but it is what it is.
The spring one was supposed to play Asian, but the server was so lucky, NA and EU players. We had to swap before we started talking now.
Yeah, like I have over 200 ping on Asia. That's kind of unplayable.
It was just unplayable.
Okay, so number 4, is it Brann?
No.
I'm not big fan of Brann. I'll pick ETC.
No.
I'll pick ETC over Brann, I think.
I
I'll
would
pick
pick
probably Galakrond and Maiev.
Maiev over Brann.
Yeah, I
And
think
co-
Galakrond is there, and then Maiev.
E.T.C. Okay, so maybe Silas. So Eddie had the case of Silas. Eddie, do you boost Silas to S tier? Or like can boost him higher in A tier as well?
I was trying to decide about Faelin versus Silas. But I guess with perfect tribes, yeah, I'd put Silas to S tier. Because I think you have a very hard time beating Silas playing Smudger.
So Silas second best hero? Or maybe S tier even. Eddie, you decide. You can use your bump. You can use your bump for Silas. I really like Silas as well.
Yeah, to me this is where it just comes back to like what kind of penalty you're putting around like multiple tribes or one tribe, right? Like with Demon, Quillbore, and like Elite Pirate.
Yeah,
the only hero I'm taking over Silas is Galley.
I think it's really good because of Spouse. I think people don't play him enough, but Spouse tickets are just the nuts. Landlubber, one Landlubber is really good because you still get all the units. Even if you don't play Landlubber. I'm super high on Silas. I'll probably have him lower than Millhouse. But second best hero on A tier. We don't have enough sample size on Quillbores, I will say. That's why that's the only thing that holding me down.
Maybe you don't have enough sample size on Quillbore.
So Eddie, you can use your bump to put him where you want. Where do you want to put him? But you have to use the bump.
I'm fine with just moving him up there. Like I said, it depends on how much you want to like penalize one tribe being out, because not having Quillbore in, for example, means he can't. He shouldn't be anywhere near S tier.
Okay. I mean, I think that means it's fair to keep it in A then.
Yeah.
Okay. So Galakrond, Maiev, E.T.C.
I think that's okay order.
Brann, Onyxia, Panda. I think Brann is better than Panda and Rat King.
I think Panda is better than Onyxia and Brann.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. Panda.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to judge Panda. Okay, so sure. Any changes in tier 1? Tier A?
I think Rat King is better than like Brann.
I probably have the.
Agreed.
I will have Brann over Rat King, assuming perfect tribe for sure.
Right. So, and once you add in that like Brann gets a lot worse when the types aren't in his favor.
Yes, that's why maybe Rat King is better. Because you can play Rat King now because of 2 mana spells, even in non-token lobbies, and have still decent early game. Yeah. Or you can just level on 10-2 and say fuck it.
Yeah.
I guess like all the tribes, you can always play him in all the tribes now. With all the tribes, which is probably boost. Okay, Brann Onyxia.
That's really hard to judge because they want like the opposite lobbies, right? In all the lobbies where Brann is good and Onyxia is bad, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's kind of true.
I don't play Onyxia, so I would Brann first.
That's fine. We can just leave it like this.
Eddie?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Okay, Scabbs, Snake.
Between those two, at least, yeah. I mean,
I would probably have Snake Eyes over Scabbs. I'm big on Snake Eyes.
I would too.
Okay, I will have it like this. The last 5. Do you guys agree? I cannot put Patchwerk like above.
Yeah, I like Patchwerk much more than I like Cookie because I don't like dying.
This would be last one, but this is fine as well. You guys like this?
No, I would also definitely have Tess like a few spots higher.
Higher, okay, higher. Eddie, you have one more bump. Like... You can do one more bump, Eddie.
Well, I guess I'll save that for wherever Chenvaala is.
Okay, sure. So do we? Okay, so Cookie can be last. Okay. Tuma, is this okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so B tier. The best B tier hero is. That's gonna be difficult. We had Reno, I think. We had Reno originally. Then we added Teron. Kind of hard to put them. So is Reno the best B tier hero? Not for me. I'll have Itzera and Warden above, I would say. Ysera is just more consistent, and so is Warden, I would say. Less risk, and they also can win the lobby.
I put Alex above Reno too.
Really?
Oh, the B tier gonna be the hardest to put, and
Yeah.
for sure.
For me, the
Okay, let's start with Sire, because we always pick him.
yeah, but
Yeah, Sire should just be the best B tier hero. Come on.
yeah,
Sire
it's not. It might be. Would be okay, but
Should I add something? Maybe I should add the Sire.
Can I use my other boots to put Sire just behind Galley?
Save it for Chenvaala. Save it for Chenvaala. Okay. Okay, Eddie, do you want to buff Chenvaala to A tier or like higher?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Is it better than Cookie?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think if we're moving it up a tier, it should probably just go to the end of the tier we moved it up to. Otherwise, I would probably argue that it should be
Okay,
like
true.
halfway up the list on A tier.
True. Okay. Not too big of a bumps. So Eddie, you don't have bumps anymore, but Silas and Chenvaala are happy. So there you have new horse heroes. Okay, so I have a bump, so I'm gonna bump Ysera to the top of B tier.
that's fair.
People
I
leave.
really like Ysera. It's also really good for people because this is one of the very few tribes heroes like Putricide and Hair that save MMR. You're gonna play her, you're gonna get save MMR. As a like 8k guy, you're gonna get save MMR with her. It's not a bait. It's really good.
I would like to use my second and final bump to put Malagos from C to B.
The beater, okay.
Okay, and I would put Flurkul P tier.
Okay,
Kuma's gonna
Malagos or
bump
Flurk?
Pyramid twice from trash to C to B.
Yeah. That's really.
Dude, if you post this online, people gonna have some like why terrorists, right? Why is Pyromat broken? And someone gonna make a like believable one for sure. Okay, so who has bumps left? Tuma have one, I think, because he buffed the Flurk only.
Nothing really. Don't disagree that much. I don't. know if I have
Okay, so let's
bumps.
go. So Ysera gonna be the best because of me. Then is Reno second best hero? We're gonna put Sire at the bottom for now.
I would like Teron.
Yeah, I think Teron and Greybow are both
both
better.
I'm chasing.
Is Finley better than Reno?
Wait, let me quickly do the math where it should be.
That's why we invited Jikirek, the smart.
Yeah.
It should be right after Reno, I think.
Okay,
In terms of math.
I really like Warden, so I will put Warden definitely in the Reno range. I really like Warden. I'm not
That's
gonna use the
fine.
bump. I'm not gonna use the bump, but we can argue.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, Alex, this is interesting. Is Alex better than Reno? Like someone said so.
I think it is better than Reno, yeah.
I don't know.
Like needing
I'm
to
gonna go
trickle
no
into
on that
something to hero power versus just being able to get a 6-drop for free, I think the free 6-drop is better.
Maybe it's okay because you have that higher chances to get actual 6-drop and
I don't mind. I don't mind. I think Alex
spell
is.
Dragon 8/8 is so huge. Get that
Yeah.
for free.
Eddie, what do you think?
Just for my playstyle, I think I end up taking Reno a lot more than I take Alex.
Okay, so 3-1 for Alex, I think. Okay. I want it higher than Reno, Jikirag, and Tuma. You also want, right? Or not? Tuma?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so we have Reno, Finley. I want Warden, but there's maybe some other heroes can bump it out of the way.
Put Lich King goes to Reno and Finley.
Okay.
I just like to play Lich King.
The way the list looks now, I think Death Speaker should be like slightly lower than where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, somewhere there.
I think Dogdog would be lower as well.
Yeah, it's a high risk hero, so definitely there's argument that it's not as good. It's probably better than Idora, or is it? This is like interesting one. They kind of both.
I put Voon around there too.
Yeah, the high risk, high
It's like
reward
high
heroes.
risk, yeah.
So which one is the best out of them? So Pirates Elementals, I would probably pick the Togwaggle, but other than that, I would probably pick Idora. So more often Idora is useful because you don't got the tribes as much.
Idora there, yeah.
And then Voon between Idora, that's probably impossible to tell.
Yeah.
Galwing
I think Voon is like slightly better, but it doesn't make much of a difference.
Galwing is that's interesting one. Kind of similar heroes.
I think Gilwing is just better because of the flexibility that you get.
I like Elise. I think she also get the Quilbor buff. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think she's only here because of the Quilbor buff. I think she'd be like much lower otherwise.
Yeah.
I like her. Like, use the hero pad, then you change it and move on. Okay, so what?
Yeah, but you can't make the Quilbor argument and the new hero power argument, because if you're playing Quilbor with it, you probably are never going to play a tier 5 spell.
Yeah, but you can play different strategies. You can play the Quilbor, so Quilbor's in, you force Quilbors. If not, then you go to 5 and you can hero power into Sunstone Drake, Master of Rarities, Brann. You can get stuff you need for your comp. Like, you can get Pirate Savjz, like, even if you get Underhanded Dealer, that can stabilize you quite well. And then you change the hero power. So you get like a 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop. You can play quite aggressively. There's opportunity. If you high roll a 4-drop, let's say you get Package File Drag, you can level on 10-5. I don't know. I really like Elise. But it's a Quilbor buff. It's probably lower if not for Quilbors. So maybe she should be lower then. Like, better than Vaughn. Probably better than Brukan. Probably better than Thorium. And it's probably better than Jandis. Maybe like this. What do you guys think? Check out the tier list.
Yeah.
I like Jandis more than I like Thorum. But I guess it's fair to put it behind Elise. Yeah.
This is as it right now with Quilbors.
I agree with the tier list.
I'm not gonna split hairs over, one spot in B tier. So
Kurtrus is a right placement. Like, you need Pirates, so you need a certain tribe to make the hero playable. Yeah. So maybe he goes lower.
Maybe. I find it hard to judge.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky because he goes a lot lower, right, without Pirates.
Yeah.
So then it's heavy argument to dump him, like maybe here.
Sometimes it's really hard to procure hero power.
Honestly,
when it so early game, and you wanna buy spells as well.
If he needs Pirates, it's below bottom, right?
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
Is Brukan actually better than Tog, Idora, and Voon?
I think so, yeah.
Eddie?
I personally hate Brukan, but
yeah, I don't like Brukan as well.
Like, I can't imagine any set of tribes where I'm taking Brukan over Voon.
Yeah, same for me. Guys, can we move?
And probably the same for Eudora as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tog argument. Maybe Tog's argument then. Because Tog is a very risky hero.
You could definitely convince me to take Brukan over Tog just because top 8s are so painful.
Yeah, Brukan is you're gonna roach after hero pick, so
okay, so Sire left, but where do we rank Sire?
Oh, I like where it is now.
I mean, it has to be here.
I think
has to be here then because they
can't be that much higher.
Okay, I'm gonna bump the Sire over Nosdormu. If I have the bump, I'm gonna bump Sire over Nosdormu. No fucking way the Sire is worse than Nosdormu. There's no fucking word I pick. Like, no. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I pick Sire too more often. Better or not?
I use my bump. I use my bump So it's Overlord's normal, and I'm happy.
If you want to move it up to the top of B tier. Because
No, we have
are
Ysera
you
there.
ever taking any other hero on this list over Sire in B tier?
Because we are junkie. We are dopamine junkie, so we're gonna pick Sire every time because we play this game every day, every hour.
Still, like,
Fuck it. Okay,
are
I'm
you
gonna
ever
bump
taking
him.
any of those hero over?
I'm gonna bump
over
him
Sire?
reasonably above Alex. Okay, don't.
Fine.
Yeah, lost to Reno would be nice, maybe.
I don't think people should pick like those three are kind of safe MMR. They kind of from Alex and down is kind of risky slope. So I think him being here is okay. The best high risk, high
I know
reward
you
hero.
use your boost on Ysera, but I don't know how we can call Ysera a free MMR or safe MMR hero, and like the average placement on that is going to fall so hard if you don't have a front drake start.
Nah, you
I mean,
can
you
do
have
token.
very high. You have very high odds of front drake start, and if you miss, you still have token chances, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which hero is
Yeah,
actually
you have
better?
a 50-50 off the hero power plus whatever's in the shop.
Yeah.
Like, which hero is actually better than Ysera on this list on B tier? Is Teron better? Greyboy is no for sure not better. Maybe Teron is better.
I think Teron is better.
Teron is better, yeah. But I mean,
Hey.
you used your bump to get it to the top, so
No,
it's gonna stay there.
okay. I can do this. I put Sire higher, so we can do this. Teron can be
Okay.
the best B tier. I can. Eddie, are you happy? Eddie's still not
That's
happy.
fine, yeah.
Fuck it, he has an emote. Ysera is trash, so I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
like, here, let me make a quick edit. All right, there you go.
That's cool, Imo.
It's just fucking perfect. Okay, guys.
Where's the garbage can tier on this?
Are you guys happy? This is the last 5 minutes to. I mean, last minute to change anything.
That's fun.
Tuma has one
Yeah,
more
no,
bump,
this
I
looks
think,
fun.
right? Tuma has one more bump, so you can do some stuff with that, Tuma.
Suma's gonna take Ysera to A tier.
Can we please take Pyramid down?
Yeah, that's. Maybe.
That is good. So sorry, dude.
Oh, yeah,
From
we gotta make sure to bring Pyramid back down to
It's not trash. Aivan pump
wherever.
Pyramid.
Suma
High
uses
high
that bump
C
to
tier.
put Pyramid at the end of C tier.
Okay,
End
Pyramid.
is fine. No, it would be. It's definitely C tier, not trash.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's never last. Let's put this like this. Are
Yeah.
you guys?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, so we have the tier list. Wow, it took us 4 hours, I think. Jesus, I mean, almost 4
A
hours.
little more even.
I think I was thinking we're gonna do that in 2 hours. That was just insane. But I'm a bad host. I talk too much. I skip guests, and I cannot set up the properly stuff. So that's on me.
Yeah, there's too many heroes, so it's not all
96
your fault.
heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a perfect moment since I'm the only one streaming. You can advertise your streams. Maybe that's a perfect moment to catch for the people, so they leave the follow. I'm gonna do the shoutouts. I think as well. So we can start with Jikirek because he didn't rate me, so I didn't do the shoutout just yet. Okay, you can find Jikirek at the Jikirek / on Twitch. The most knowledgeable guy I know about Battlegrounds for sure, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up again. So, Mike is yours, Jikirek.
Hi. Go follow me. I'm good at the game sometimes. Thanks.
Like, I'm gonna be
that's all.
very honest with you. I think Jikirek is like GIF XGN tier, but he, for some odd reason, for me, he's not tryharding ladder, but I think he could get like insane ranks if he really tryhards.
Yeah, but why would you try hard this game? Like, actually, though.
Yeah, but like, Jikirek is the guy who tryhard once, I think, in 2022, and he immediately qualified. He immediately qualified.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, dude!
For like
No.
the final lobby legends of that season, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like ranked 20. No, I was like ranked 25 almost at the time because I was, I played enough that season on one server. It happens to be. I was like, you know what? I'll try to qualify. So I qualified.
Yeah, he's insane, but as you can see, no, highly motivated, and you need some motivation. Okay, Tuma. I'm gonna do the ad for Tuma. Tuma is arguably the best player last year. He qualified for Lobby Legends 3 times. He made 3 finals, so he get out of top 16. He won the most money, and he was definitely the best player on EU server last year. So hot take.
Thanks.
I mean,
it was
like that's but
crazy,
results.
yeah.
I'm not. That's objective truth. Like XGN didn't play in Lobby Legends, but Tuma has the crown. And yeah, Mike is yours, Tuma. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was crazy year. I don't try hard this year that much.
Because there's no esport, right?
Yeah, I can shout out the HHPC PG Club, so small tournaments. I play a lot of them still.
Yeah, Tuma is also
already.
tournament junkie. Sorry, I'm double checking. He's a tournament junkie. He's always playing tournaments, so you can follow his. If you like tournament content, you can follow him on Twitch. He plays in a lot of them. Like Hearthstone Battlegrounds Club, like some French guys, like every tournament there is, and he's winning a lot of them. Like just insane tournament player. Sorry.
Yeah, just go to Roach mode and forget about winning all the games. So it's good. I like to play tournaments. I'm still really competitive player, even if I like to play play tournaments a lot.
Yeah, so I'm very honest. I think Tuma was the best player last year. I mean, came kind of out of nowhere in 2022 at the end, and he's the ground from 2023. And the last but not least is Fast Daddy, the best NA player, better than Jeev. Hot take.
I'm the one that is known for top 1 or top 8. Don't queue into me after turn 8 in the lobby. If I'm still alive, it could be dangerous. And I just started streaming again like almost 2 weeks ago now. So if you haven't already, please check me out. Fast Eddie HS.
Like Eddie is just insane. He reached 16k this season, which is very few people did. Like on NA it's harder even to get 16k than on EU, I would say. The games are terrible, so you have to win a lot of lobbies in a row. Like you have to have average win rate. Like on EU, you climb probably with like below 3. You can still climb. And now you have to like close to like 2.5, I would say, for like 100 games to climb. I think Lee posted some stats at some point, and he had like rig of like 100 games, and his average win rate was like below 2.5, which is fucking insane. I mean, Jiki I can really say.
Yeah, I had a fun streak. Like my recent, like, was it last week or the week before? Whenever I went from, what was it, 13.6 to like 14.3, that stretch, I had a 2.0 average placement over like 40, 50-ish games to do that.
Yeah, like, you need insane consistency on the night to climb to like 16k.
Yeah.
And like, on you can climb, you don't need as high win rate. Games are a bit better, honestly. Lobby speed more difficult, but like being able, like imagine having 2 point average, like 2.5 average over 100 games, like